All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Returners Hideout number 332. We are back. We are back with some precious cargo, and I am joined tonight with a wonderful guest, Mr. Brett. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, Snugsy. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it is my pleasure. Let me make sure this music is a little low here. All right, perfect. Yeah, man, thanks for coming by. I always tell people that they're more than welcome to kind of flex their chops or practice or try doing commentary in the booth, but I don't get a whole lot of people who take me up on it over the years, so I'm always appreciative when somebody wants to do that and learn and practice it and get good at it. I think it's a thing that is it's hard to just do on your own, right? To just start up a thing and do it, but it's something I think people are interested in. And there's not a lot of easy ways to get started. You know what I mean? You kind of have to self-start it. So
yeah, for sure.
I've had people come by for the weekly or ask to do the materia cups and stuff when we host them because they're trying to build up their resume to do it later in the year, and I think that's just super cool. So happy to be the first step on your commentary journey here.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you having me. Like I said, I've heard you offered out a few times, so I wanted to come in and take up you up on the offer. And I tune in every week, watching and listening and in the chat. So figured I'd lend my my chops to the booth and help commentate with you.
Well, that's awesome, man. I think we're gonna have some fun stuff to look at today. We've got the players are already sorted into their tables and going right now. I don't know if you've had a chance to look over the pairings in the Discord. Is there any table that you're interested in going to first, or should we just throw a dart at the dartboard?
I'm gonna let you lead. You go for it.
All right. Well, then I'm going to table 3 because I want Pat Lewis joining us. He's back for the first time in a while, but I know exactly why he's here. It's the same reason you're seeing a lot of these names pop up, Brett. We're 3 weeks away from these people getting their first shot at actually getting an invite. So there are real things on the line as soon as 20-something days from now, man. So these players have got to sort it out. They got to figure out what they're going to play.
People are going to be knocking on your doorstep. You guys are hosting the first Materia Cup down there in Raleigh.
We are hosting the first Materia Cup, despite my desire to not host the first Materia Cup. Yeah, it is always a little tough to pick, and then you pick and everybody else picks, and then everybody can't have their first choice, right? Because nobody wants to be first or whatever. So it gets to they basically say hey, this is the schedule that works for us. Can you do it? And what are you gonna say? No, of course we can do it.
Right.
So yes, we will be having you guys down here first in beautiful North Carolina. I will tell you, it's a gorgeous time of year to be coming down here. We're in basically full-blown summer mode already. So come enjoy it. We'd be happy to have you. Yeah, I've already got a living room that looks like it's going to be wall-to-wall bodies, and that's how we like to do it.
That'd be nice. Yes. Definitely a better environment than our spring we're having here in New England. It's still chilly.
Oh man, well trust me, I'm a Jersey boy, dude. I'm used to it. It's interesting that down here, I mean, it was February, we were already having 70-degree days, so it is still something I am not used to. I'm used to April can still spring some snow on me if it has to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what
it did this year up here for sure.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, we're going to table 3, so let's go ahead and get this going. We're a little bit late to get in here. Sorry, folks. Octagon was having some difficulties today, as it is wont to do sometimes. So we had to sort through some troubleshooting with our players, and I'm still waiting to find a ping or two somewhere that's just going to be hey, I tried to open my game and couldn't. See, yeah, but it looks like so far so good on the players joining each other's lobbies for round 1 here. Let me get the names up since the game's up. So on the bottom here, this is going to be Pat. Pat Lou is absolutely a Water Lightning gamer. I think I've been seeing this guy play Water Lightning before it was ever even a popular element combination with the monsters decks. He's always been a big Water Lightning guy, and the lightning card that is the Water Lightning, which is always a mouthful to say. He was one of the guys that was big on, like, in Japan, I guess they call that torpedo lightning, or like torpedo is like the translation for like the wind water or the water lightning stuff. So I've definitely had him multiple times be like, we need to get everyone to start calling this torpedo lightning. So I think of that phrase and I think of him every time I see that multi-element lightning card. So I'm sure, even though we don't see her on the table yet here, that's in here. And he usually is doing like a really heavy EX deck, and I think he's even been the guy to like run like main deck Odin, like Dark Odin. So always an interesting.
Funny how some cards get their little nicknames.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard so many people from the EU talking about like Gigawall, and I was like, what is a Gigawall? I feel like over here we call it 7 Wall.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't like, they're like, oh, Gigawall. That sounds like, I don't know, this does not sound cool to me at all. It sounds like, I don't know, it sounds like weird. Like, I don't
know if Wall 7 sounds any good, but you know,
but Wall 7
it's just what I'm used to hearing.
Well, I mean, Wall 7 sounds great because it's just like, it's Wall. Which one? The one that costs 7? 7 CP Wall 7, any of those are fine. Giga Wall, which one? the Giga one. What the fuck does that mean? He's not. There's Warrior Lights that it costs more than him. There's an 8 cost Warrior Light. So I mean, what really? Isn't there the 8 cost like standard unit guy, or no? That like plays standard units off the top of the deck. Is he 6 cost? Hold on, now I have to look it up. I can't just be talking out of my ass. I think there's a Warrior of Light that is like Earth or something, and he's just expensive.
Of course, I type Warrior.
Well, there's a 7 CP. What's it called? One too now. The 7 CP Limit Break. Oh, so one of the ones I was thinking of is definitely 6 cost. Another one of them is 7 cost.
The only 8 cost one is I can see is the promo one.
Oh, the promo one is 8. Well, there you go. Why isn't he Giga? He's 20k. He's pretty
so
Giga.
Much better than the other one.
It's Giga. It's more Giga. It's Giggier than the other one. Yeah, I don't know. I just at least I feel like we all know what we're talking about when we say one of them. And the other one, I'm like, I don't know. Either one of the walls could have been Giga. But I'm also not trying to put words like Uber or Mega or Giga in front of my card descriptions. But to each their own. Maybe they like that over there. Yeah, there's always a little like everybody had the whole like, what are we all gonna call Neo X Death minute too? You know, you had people going NXD, you had people going Neo, you had people just saying Ned. It's always funny to tear that stuff apart. All right, so we've got oh my goodness. So Irving, I think, is inspired by our Coffee and Bullshit stream this week. If you guys didn't see on Sunday, I played a deck that had like a ton of dark cards in it, and one of the things the deck was doing was playing a bunch of Zodiark. And Irving has actually played Zodiark many times before here on the weekly. And I think he saw like the fun stuff I was doing with it and was just inspired to like revisit Zodiark with some new cards. So let's see, what did he just do? He used the new Shuyin here. So when Shuyin enters the field, you pick one of the 2 following actions. You either choose a forward the opponent controls and you remove it and Shuyin from the game, or your opponent removes 2 cards in their hand from the game. So and then you remove Shuyin from the game. So what's really cool about this is the Shuyin will be removing itself from the game as part of its ability. So he's responding to that by just using it as the sacrifice for Zodiark, but Shuyin does not say that he needs to have he needs to be on the field like for it to happen. So you can still choose that forward and then remove it and Shuyin from the game even if Shuyin's not on the field. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. I feel like I have 6 different things I want to talk about now at the same time, but we have to talk about how the Odin just killed the Zodiark, unfortunately. After all that cool Zodiark combo stuff we were just talking about, well, everyone's susceptible to the old Odin EX, right off the top. I did tell you that that Pat is a really heavy lightning, like a EX player typically. But what I do want to talk about is the first Limit Break card that we saw Pat play was actually also a Shuyin. So it is kind of funny that Shuyin just is getting a lot of love in this match. We had 2 different copies of Shuyin on the table, but
not a guy you see super often.
Not really. So the Limit Break Shuyin, Pat is playing Odins, like we've said before, not just the Lightning Odins, but he usually plays the dark Odin, so I didn't actually see what he did search off of the Shuyin earlier. Oh, he searched for Vegnagun. Oh my god. Dude, we're seeing some crazy dark cards in this match. So down at the bottom, it looks like he searched for Vegnagun, and then Irving up top is playing some Zodiark stuff, so it's very interesting.
Yeah, these are definitely two decks I have not seen get played, but interesting seeing what Pat's working with here with this ice, or water lightning like you mentioned. But I mean, Shuyin's an ice card, right? So he must have some ice in there too.
Yeah, I wonder what he pitched to play it. I don't even see... Am I looking in the right zone? Oh no, here. Oh, he has a multi-element lightning that's ice lightning.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of
neat.
That would
do it.
So yeah, he has that probably literally just for like... I wonder if there's any other ice tech in here, but it does seem like it might be for the Shuyin. Because if he does still have... if he has like multiple Vegnagun in his deck, Vegnagun's the guy that cares about like playing other Vegnaguns. Or does he play them right out of the deck? How does this guy work?
Yeah, he goes to the break, and then you play a Vegnagun out duel, right?
You may search for one and play it on the field duel. Yeah, okay. So I'm just trying to think of like, you've got this lightning that's multi-element, and you've got the Shuyin in your limit break deck. You can't guarantee that you're always going to open with like, I'm trying to think of like the chain. Like, it's only good to have this Ice Lightning if you can pretty much guarantee you'll have it when you need to get the Shuyin for the Dark card. So then it's like, okay, when do you need the Dark card? Well, it's a Vegnagun, so it's like a board wipe, right? It's not really a combo with anything. So is it just like it makes it a little bit easier for us to search a board wipe? Is that, I feel like there's probably one more layer to it that I'm not quite seeing or haven't seen yet of like synergy. You know what I mean? Whether that's another ice card or something. Yeah, go ahead.
I like what Irving's got going on the board. He's got the 2 EX Burst Hate cards on the backup line.
Well, after you see
like
that
Odin
flip, don't you? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, like you said, if Pat's a big EX player, then, I mean, yeah, that's the move to have right there. But I think it's interesting, the attack with the Kurosame, considering your opponent has these 2 attackers up.
Well, it does seem like, he's maybe also hoping to just, like if he opens the way for him, he takes 2 on the noggin, and he's a little behind, and he wants some EXs of his own. We see that he has Hilda in the deck, we see Lena in the deck. I mean, I think if he's main decking 3 Thornton, like, there's a world where if you're behind, you're just like, hopefully he helps me catch back up. I'll turn sideways.
Could be. Get that power swing.
Yeah, not to mention your opponent does have that heavy EX deck, so like you attack and maybe they take it, and you lose a Kurosame, a guy that's like whatever, but they lose a random card from their hand, and then you get to draw another card there too. So it could be like one of the ways that Irving gets some advantage on his turn is if Pat flips an EX and takes it, right? So like trying to maybe put him in a position where he does that. This may be Irving just trying to squeeze some blood from the stone here. Like, he seems like he's in a bad position, right? So he's probably just trying to make up for that a little bit. And I am going to stop for 1 second because I did not thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much, Mr. On The Draw Games and Mr. Photon Ray, for your subs. And hello, Mr. Gabe from Japan. That is crazy. Hello, it is good to see you. It's early morning yet in Japan, huh? Are you over there for a card tournament, or are you just, like, on vacation in Japan? I know that you mentioned to me that you're over there, but we didn't really talk about for why it's cool that you're hanging out over there. You got to go run into Mr. Hunter Nance while you're over there. I don't know where he's hiding.
Well, enough place, they'll find each other, right?
Yeah, he's somewhere over there. He's posting about where he's been every day, so I'm sure you can find him.
That's right. I think I saw he was hiking some sort of mountain or something.
That's pretty much like every other day, you gotta be able. I guess if you could just go wait on top of a mountain, and you'll probably eventually see Hunter.
We got another Zodiark coming out here.
I mean, he's the kind of guy where the deck is usually built around him being out and doing his thing, right? So seeing the Zodiark come down from Irving without much else, he's got these forwards on the table. He can sacrifice the Leo into Zodiark. Zodiark, obviously, with the haste, you can do that on your opponent's turn. But Pat's sitting here with a Water Lightning deck with 6 cards in his hand and 4 backups. Like, if you're telling me that he can't find a way to threaten or remove the Zodiark this turn, I don't believe you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least hopefully he can react with the Zodiark and get rid of one of these guys. You know, you got that Chump Leo out there.
Yeah, like, is it enough to get one Zodiark activation off in the face of whatever Pat's about to do? Like, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, he's going to try to force it here with a Kukulane, just making it happen early on his terms. Gabe says, we're meeting up next week. I've been seeing shrines and nightclubbing every day. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about nightclubbing when they talk about going to Japan. That's interesting.
So it looks like we used the Leo to get rid of Irvine. I mean, I keep Zodiark on the board at least.
Sorry, I'm eating a sandwich. Yes.
I guess I could have filled in the dead air for you there.
No, you're good, you're good.
Alright, so Pat's playing out a Hooded Man who has haste on himself.
Mm-hmm.
Enters the field, choose one Hooded Man.
He pitched a Hooded Man, so he gets to activate all the backups, which is cool. Oh!
Nice.
Zoralja? Wouldn't you look at the he does have 3 Final Fantasy 14 backups, man.
Nice. So yeah, he's boosted by 2,000. He's got haste.
Oh! Titus is sending somebody straight back to hand. It's probably going to be that Hooded Man. Yeah. And an EX Leviathan. Both of these guys are heavy on the X. Oh, I'd be careful about that, Irving. Can he kill you now that you did that? Can he kill him now? Because he can just activate lightning from the discard pile. Why would you do that? No, wait, I don't see an Odin in his discard pile, though. Never mind. Dude, because he started paying for it, I assumed he had it, and then he just types no Odin. Never mind, then that is why Irving would do it, because he checked and saw there wasn't an Odin in there. I was a little scared. I was like, oh my god, dude. I mean, there's a chance he could have, like, cast an Odin and also still done it. You know what I mean?
Irving's still on pretty shaky ground here.
Yeah,
6 damage.
Like, the EXs are the things that stop them from straight losing, right? But it doesn't mean he's winning, yeah. You're channeling your spirit animal Irving Diaz for 19 days. You're in Japan for 19 days? It's pretty sick, dude.
Now we see the Vegna gun.
Oh, Tyler hit us with a hydrate when he says double chug-a-lug. I think he's implying that you are forced to also
Ariana, I brought the water just in case the chugging happens, so I'm prepared.
Yes. All right, well then cheers. I've got my water here.
Here we go.
We're going to do a little chug-a-lug for you, Tyler. I'll tell you, it's literally the thing that encourages me to refill my big water bottle is this Wednesday stream.
Yeah, I was like, before I go down for the stream, gotta fill up.
That's so good. I love that. All right.
I told you, I'm a fan. You know, I've been around the block here on the RVA stream. I know what's up.
Appreciate it. You get back on the 6th. All right, man. Hey, you're gonna have a busy month, man. May is crazy. We've got, I've got a concert on the 9th. Then the 16th and 17th is the event, and then the 30th and 31st is the other event. So we've got, like, and then I think the 23rd, 24th is Memorial Day weekend, right? So it's just a real wild and crazy May. Chris Adams will be down here 3 out of 4 weekends next month for different things. Oh boy.
Well, I'm hoping to make it down for the Materia Cup. I've never been to one. I'm just waiting to see if I can get the blessing from the family to go away for a long weekend.
Never been to any of the Materia Cups, but you've been to Nats, funnily enough.
Yeah. Last year playing organized play, I went to 2 local qualifiers and I qualified that way.
Hell yeah, dude. That's pretty
And,
good for 2 events, and you made it. That's not bad
yeah,
at all.
you know, I'm kind of like a big fish in a little pond up
I like
here
that, dude.
in
Yeah,
New England.
nothing wrong with that. Oh yeah, trust me, I remember when the New England pond, relatively non-existent for many of my years up there.
It's getting good. I mean, we got a couple stores in
Good, I like
Connecticut that
that.
play.
Heck yeah.
There was an LQ in Rhode Island, and then here in New Hampshire we had one. So it's not bad. And I think there's a couple of scenes in Massachusetts that are trying to get together. So
Yeah, a long time ago there was a Massachusetts scene, and I remember playing in the first ever Materia Cup was in Boston, and then I played in one LQ in Connecticut at this gorgeous store. It was so big, and they had all this space. And I remember playing an event there. I was like, "This is cool. I hope they do more events." And then they never had another event at their store.
rough.
But that was all in like 2018, 2019. So a long time ago now. It's crazy just to think about. Anyway, no, dude, you saw somebody with a Bill Murray shirt in Japan? Yes, chugga chugga. That's what we're talking about, dude. I can't wait. I'm so excited to see them again. I just saw them in September, but I can't wait to see them next month with Chris. The new album is so good. Anyway, Vegnagun is here. I need a refresher on this guy. You search for a Vegnagun and put it play on the field dull when he dies. And then he has 2 abilities. Discard a dark card to activate him and draw a card. Okay, I like how that just like makes it so that dark cards in your hand aren't dead here, right? And then remove 2 card named Vegnaguns in the break zone from the game. Break all the forwards that the opponent controls is pretty sick too. So I think he's only got 1 Vegnagun in the break zone right now. But I mean, we could very easily do ability 1, ability 2, you know what I mean? If he's got a Vegnagun in his hand.
I heard Vegnagun's having a bit of a comeback with Spiritus, since a lot of people have been playing Spiritus recently for the crystals.
Oh, what do they
Backups.
Why do they care
Backups.
about each other?
Well, just if you get if you have a Spiritus down and then you want to ditch a dark card to reactivate Vegnagun, you have that 1 discard to do that action ability, so you're not kind of like stuck holding on to extra Spiritus cards that you can't get rid of.
Whoa, why would you ever play more than 1 Spiritus?
I guess if you want to see him in your hand.
These people are insane, dude. I cannot condone this behavior. Okay, we're doing Shuyan combo stuff.
He has arrows all over the place right now.
Yeah, so Shuyan is choosing the Vegnagun, and he's actually choosing to remove it from the game. This is also... okay, guys, I didn't know this was going to be the most flavorful Final Fantasy X-2 stream that we've had in a while, but here Shuyan is interacting with Vegnagun. I literally cannot believe that Shuyan and Vegnagun are interacting on the table tonight. But that's what's happening. So Shuyan is choosing to remove Vegnagun from the game. Removing the Vegnagun from the game actually does counter Vegnagun's second ability, where he won't be in the discard pile for the next Vegnagun. And he also, if he is put from the field to the break zone, he does not get removed from the game there either, so you don't get to search for the other Vegnagun. But look, exactly what we were just talking about, exactly what I just said to you, right, Brett? If he has the other one in his hand, he can do ability 1 into ability 2, and it looks like that's exactly what's happening. He had the other Vegnagun. So Irving is basically forcing the board wipe, right? So he's saying Zodiac on the stack, he says, then I'll do the wipe. So Zodiac has already put the Shuyan into the break zone as part of the cost. I know that he's like floating the Shuyan around to indicate that this part of the stack hasn't resolved yet, but technically, as soon as he stacks the Zodiac, part of the cost is putting the Shuyan in the break zone. So, but then I say it that way just to say that that's exactly what was going to happen, right? It's mutually assured destruction there. I said it the way I said it just to show that if he does wipe the board with the Vegnagun, it doesn't stop the Zodiac ability, which is what we're seeing right now, where Irving is saying, oh, you also have to remove that card from your hand, because that's what Zodiac does, right? He choose a forward, and you remove it from the game, and you remove the card from hand. Oh, he says he did the Alpha note. Okay. Okay, so he's down to just 1 card in hand. Okay. So yeah, that's part of Zodiac because he also attacks the hand, so it's tricky. And then it looks like Pat had a very nice top deck in Hooded Man, right? He probably doesn't have another Hooded Man or Kane to discard, but he doesn't matter because Hooded Man has haste, and Irving is sitting there at 6 points of damage. So you brought it up earlier where you said Irving is, even though all that stuff was happening, he still was not in a good position. And yeah, being a damage 6 against a deck that's built around Water, Lightning seems pretty impossible.
Are they showing their hands right now? Did Pat have a couple of Thordons in there?
But I think it also might be him showing Irving like the Odin killing the Zodiark. I think Irving is literally saying Odin killing Zodiark is like, I lost. Like, as soon as I was starting to turn the corner,
that first Odin.
Ding, and then you kill my 6-drop guy who I'm like, he was holding the Zodiark effect too, right? And so it's just a lot of, yeah, it's, not super good. He goes, yeah, my hand was Hooded Man and Vegnagun, so I was like, I don't really mind discarding either. Oh, I see what he's saying. He did keep from Sid Waff. Yeah, so he's like, whichever way it goes, he'll keep a good card and he can still kill the Zodiark. I mean, it's just worth killing the Zodiark no matter what, right? Yeah, so very cool. All right, that is not a matchup I expected to see. Looks like Irving was doing Wind, Water, or not Wind, Water, oh my goodness. Water, Ice, Zodiark stuff. And Pat is back with a brand new build on. I don't know why I just said wind a second time, right? Lightning, water. Again, still leaning on the heavy EX, still leaning on the torpedo lightning, as it were. But some interesting new tech lines. The Shuyin is interesting. The Vegnagun stuff is interesting. Yeah, just a very cool game.
Yeah, it was fun. I'd like to see what Pat was working with and to see Irving, just playing around, having fun, trying stuff out.
Yeah, I do always love... I do love noodling. However, let's talk about what we were just talking about earlier, man. We're 3 weeks away, right? I don't think Irving is going to be bringing a Water Ice Zodiark deck to the next Materia Cup, but also, as I said that out loud, and this seems to be the theme too, Irving is going to Japan also. So Irving is going to Japan very shortly, and he will be missing our Materia Cup and Kansas because he'll be over there. Oh. So he actually doesn't have to. He doesn't have to solve the puzzle of what to play in the first event, right? He can let other people figure that out while he plays fun stuff. But yeah, absolutely, Irving. The EX Burst one being Odin is just ridiculous. Yeah. The canonical 10-2... Yeah, I can't believe we had so many 10-2 characters on the table, but... When somebody has to Sharky for you, we will, brother. Don't you worry. Okay, it looks like table 5 is still up, and it looks like everybody else has reported. So let me switch tables here for you guys. Dissidia Eva TCG, how's it going? It is going great for us. Although seeing your name has triggered me a little bit because I have a whole lot of opinions on the Dissidia Duellum. Like, I don't know what they're doing that game. It feels like they're driving it into the ground like immediately. Like literally a month after it came out, it feels like they're doing their best to make me as disinterested in it as possible. I don't know why.
Some interesting things going on over here at table 5.
Alright, I'm on my way.
We've got like a mono earth up against, I think, like that whole lightning water Final Fantasy 14 deck.
Oh, like a Scions type deal.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and get it. That sounds like Greg. And it sure is. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and get this on the screen. Sounds like a lot of modern phone games. Yeah, I could see it. I know what you mean. But it was basically just like, hey, this game, there's a lot about it I don't love, but the actual like PvP is kind of fun, and so playing like the ranked PvP mode is kind of fun. Me and Cody had been like grinding the ranked PvP. But then the season, so the ranked PvP matches that actually give you rank points ended a week before the season ended. But there wasn't like, it wasn't anything else. It just like basically just like disabled ranked matches for that amount of time. And it's like, okay, well then I don't want to play like a random match or like a bot match. I want to do the ranked stuff. So I guess I'm just not going to play for a week. So I kind of like, I only did like daily challenges and stuff for a week. And then the new season comes out and I'm like, okay, sick, we can go back to grinding ranked. And then the ranked thing is still grayed out, and I look and it's like, oh, ranked is actually starting on like May 9th or something, and it's only running for like 2 weeks. Like, what the fuck is going on over there? It's like May 9th through the 23rd is the only part of the season that's actually going to have ranked matches available. So it's like, why would I, like, I'm gonna just like play the game to wait for the ranked matches to come back? It sounds a lot more like I'm not going to be playing a lot more of this game. But anyway, what's happening over here is looking like, yeah, like you said, a Mono Earth is, all the Mono Earths now are Prish decks. So Prish is doing her thing.
Yeah, she just warped in.
And the other side of the table is Scions. So shout out to everybody who has to go spend thousands of dollars chasing down those stupid Scion promos from the,
Oof.
from the FanFest. And
yeah, the FanFest.
a big fuck you from me to you, Square Enix, for saying that those are going to be just special for the FanFest. So go fuck yourself. You're welcome. You're welcome that you can even sell, that you can make Final Fantasy trading cards to give to those people. You're welcome that your trading card game still exists and people are still interested in it, because it certainly was not their effort that kept it floating over here in the States during COVID, that's for sure. Miss Dragon. Yeah, I do think that's like, it's a crazy slap in the face to just be like, oh, these weren't really for you guys at the TCG players.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, because we're like 200 promos in, so I mean they gotta know that people, kind of covet these things to some degree.
Oh, 100% they know. For sure they know. Yeah.
Yeah. And so to make 9 promos and then come out and say that these aren't going to have a wider distribution. I mean, there's plenty of time for them to walk that back. They made the Worlds Garnet and Wall and now Fran Balthier, and they've made those available in other ways. It might not have gold text on it, but so I mean, I'm not kind of counting it out at this point.
No, I agree. I mean, not for nothing, I don't talk about work a lot on here, but I know exactly the amount of effort and I know exactly the cost for them to create that, right? And there is absolutely no reason that they can't, even if they had already made one decision, there is nothing stopping the corrected decision from being made and implemented, It'd be worse if they had unique effects. At least they're just reprints. I don't really think... See, the thing is, most of the people who are collecting don't give a fuck about the functional card text. It doesn't matter what it says on that card, right?
Yeah, promos are just...
Yeah. I mean, Tyler, if they had unique effects, there would be, like... there'd be a riot. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Of course, that would be a problem. Of course, that would be like, game-breakingly bad design choice.
So I'm surprised our Mono Earth player didn't attack more into that turn where they had a Frozen Graha on the board. You got plenty of attackers. I mean, obviously, whenever you're playing 14 Lightning, you got to worry about haste, but I mean, you've got 5 blockers up right now.
So I
guess you're worried about like a damage 3 trigger and you can do lethal next turn.
I think he's a little terrified of like... I mean, what did he just tapped the 3 to play this? So he did have some stuff frozen out and everything too. But like, he's probably just a little terrified of Alize brings in insert person here, then lightning comes in and gets a double dull, and then he just has to like he's at 6 damage. If he just wants to build a like lethal board and then attack for the win all in one turn. Like, one of the few ways that he definitely loses is he starts attacking into this, an EX Odin flips, kills the Kuja, right? Then he doesn't have the dull to stop another attacker. Then the next turn, somebody comes in and hits him with the, Alize into somebody, then play the Lightning. Lightning gets a dull, Alize gets a dull. Maybe Alize brought in somebody like the Y'shtola kills the third guy, then you tap the Alize to hasty Y'shtola and you win. So like there literally are lines that exist where he attacks, hits 1 EX, then loses 4 blockers, and then loses the game. So I think I totally understand trying to not take a risk where you don't have the ability to mitigate it. Mono Earth Cat
now
7.
we've got 5 attackers this turn, and
okay, Graha damage is good.
All it can take is 1 EX burst to kind of put you in a bad spot. So
I mean, at this point, you attack with the highest value people, right? So Leo's next, and you either are deciding right now, I'm stopping, and I don't have it, right? Because he has exactly enough attacks. It's really scary to keep attacking into Water Lightning right now.
Yeah, so, especially at 6 damage,
Yeah, because it's either, if you turn any more, okay, that's it. We go then. We go. We go. In my opinion, if you turn a single one of these cards sideways, you just try to win. At this point, you've committed to trying to win this turn. Go in. Just go in.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Yeah, here goes Prish. That's fine. Whatever. Kukulane doesn't do it. We just go in. At this point, this is it. We see if he has it or not. Yeah, I mean, because I think if you're not just gonna attack in this turn, you stop exactly where he was thinking about stopping, right? He attacked 1 time, it was safe, he still had 4 blockers, and he could have considered developing more before the end of the turn. But now, no, why are we waiting? Oh, because he hadn't chosen the target yet. Okay, sure, Kukulane. Let it ride, that's right. That's right, come on. I mean, we just attacked now. We're all in. If this isn't an Odin, yep, good game. See, good game, there it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta punch.
First win at the end.
We got the stagger, so let's take advantage of it, right? I think that was a very interesting turn to analyze, right? Because we can sit here and we can talk all day about attacking is not free, right? What kind of risks there are. Even it's like, oh, he can just turn a lot more of these guys sideways, you're even saying, right? Why not attack more here? Like, because anything short of lethal, and if your opponent gets literally any advantage at all, this very fragile like hold you have on your 6 damage is going to disappear real fast. That's a lot of respect from DJ against the Scions, but I will tell you that Scions deck can move more of those blockers than you will ever expect, especially in a world where there was not an Lightning or Alize on the table yet. Cool. Cool stuff, man. So we wrap that one up. This is going to be 7-6 for Earth. So let me put the pairing next round thing up on the screen, and let me get the scores up. I will gladly take my Drakengard and Nier crossover. No. No crossovers in my Final Fantasy TCG, please. Never ever. Sorry, yes, it was a fun round. I did not expect to see pretty much. I mean, I expect to see Mono Earth somewhere and Water Lightning as an archetype, but that exact flavor of Water Lightning in round 1 and the other deck for Urbing, absolutely not expected. Absolutely not.
But I took. I know Greg posted his kind of one of his flavors of his Water Lightning.
Yeah, with the new
14 deck
stuff.
in the. So I sleeved that up this weekend and took it to locals.
Very cool.
I've never played it. I've just been watching it on stream. And I didn't do too hot, but
oh no,
more of the player, probably not more of the deck.
There are a lot of like lines, and you kind of have to know exactly which ones you're looking for at which time too.
Yeah, I definitely misplayed a little bit, but
this is why we take it to
trying to play that, trying to play that little 6 CP Ash, get her out there.
I love that card, man. Able to Tyler 7.
I did beat NBM deck though, so that made me happy.
Oh yeah, is that the terror over there at locals?
we don't have too many people on it, but we definitely been kind of encouraging some of our new players, like, just throw an NBM deck together. It's,
It's good.
easy to source,
Yeah.
easy to play, it's not oppressive, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, pretty darn good deck.
I got kind of lucky. He couldn't get off the ground. I think he had one backup the whole game.
No, you hate to see it.
Not where you want to be with NBM.
No, that's what, you need to be. You just need to be ripping the ash way earlier to fix that. All right, let's go ahead and put pairings together for the next round. Camille said, honestly, I'm kind of excited for the next 2 sets. Category 9, please be good. I'm begging you. Yeah.
Cool. I want a 9 deck so bad.
I'll tell you, Stadler, old Mr. Ryan Galloway, he is a huge Final Fantasy 9 fan. Huge 9 fan. And he's been playing, just all the new 9 guys and kind of like a mono water thing at locals. It's because, Steiner can play, the off-color guys out of the deck. Or, sorry, out of the discard pile. So he's got, the Zidane that searches and the new VV, but then he's also just doing Steiner, Garnet, all that stuff, and it's just cool. I'm just hey, I like Final Fantasy 9. I like seeing all these Final Fantasy 9 guys on the table together. It's been a while since we've had a 9 deck that cared about 9 characters.
Yep, for sure. I definitely, in my time playing, have never seen really any sort of 9 synergy come out, and I think it's maybe got some time to go, because I think we're getting a stained glass Zidane in the next set, right? The Zidane in the set.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure.
Wasn't quite the juice, but I know people have been playing that. Was it a Opus 18 Zidane? The one that searches 2?
Yeah, they have been, dude. I'm a freak. I play the OG, dude. The real ones remember Light Zidane.
Light Zidane? I feel like I saw that in one of the weeklies, somebody playing that Zidane.
It might have been on a Coffee and Bullshit if you were, but maybe because I definitely played Light Zidane against Irving and activated all my characters.
Well, I read that card once. Oh, I was like, oh yeah, maybe you need him for the activations, whatnot. But it's just enter the field, right? It's a one-time activation.
Yeah. I mean, he used to be a staple in literally every deck, because a card that comes down for 2 CP that says discard a card or draw a card is just insanely good. And he comes down for 2 CP if you have a 9 character, and there were 9 backups that were relevant in almost every color. Pairings are up for round 2. Tell me we get 8:05 and we'll be called at 8:45.
Oh, Opus 23 Zidane searches. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, the fire one that finds 2 different guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I just put 2 different copies. There you go, guys.
Been trying a Garnet Medine deck. It kind of slaps.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm tooling around something on Materia Hunter, and I feel like I need to kind of work out the summon. So Medine, put that in my.
I know that you probably mean the 1-cost Medine.
Oh, is that not what we're talking about?
I'm just gonna assume that you're talking about the. Yeah, there sure is. Is there a different Medine? Oh yeah, there is. Absolutely. There's 8-cost Medine.
Right, there's one other Medine.
8-cost Medine, dude.
You only cast Medine during your turn if you receive point bump of damage or more. Reduced by 2, deal 9,000 to all the forwards. Well, you reduced by another one with Garnet.
I thought it was saying the Dean. the Dean. No, Medine. Yeah, I have actually played that card, that Opus 8 Medine, in a deck. I played it in a Colossal Shantoto deck. Shantoto, there's a card that says if she takes damage, you deal that damage to the whole board, and then anything that she deals damage to gets removed from the game. And so you would Medine, because it's 9,000 all forwards, so it hits your guys too. And then you would hit your own Shantoto, and Shantoto would deal another 9 to everything. So it would just 18k. Is he watching the show Community? Community is my favorite show of all time. And I love the Dean. Dean, meow!
I love his payday rap.
Oh, I'm a payday bar, and I'm here to say that your checks will arrive some other day.
I only watched through it the once. I gotta say, I think I'm more of an Office fan than a Community fan, but.
Well, it's been nice having you on the weekly here.
Boot you right out of here.
No way. Community is so much better. But Community, if you only watched it one time, I don't even believe that you've caught half the jokes. Dan Harmon is a fucking genius writer. Dan Harmon went on to make Rick and Morty. You know, did plenty of other really, really funny things. But him being the creative force behind Community is like what makes that show like so funny. You've watched it 6 times through, dude. I've watched it at least 6 times through. I have watched every episode of that show so many times. I could throw on any episode of Community and have a great time. Even the gas leak year, even when they got rid of Dan Harmon and didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And then I'll tell you what though, I thought that it could never come back around. Like I just thought it would never be as good as the first 3 seasons again. But then seasons 5 and 6 were actually like so fucking good. Like the Yahoo Screen season was insanely good for some reason. Like it was like they could just do whatever they wanted because now they didn't have to worry about cable TV at all anymore. And it was really good. But yeah, anyway, this is not a Community stream, but it could be very quickly. It could become a Community stream. We're streets ahead over here on the RVA Weekly. Alright, so the next round is up. Players are at the tables, and let's try to find something that we didn't see last round.
So I was kind of looking at the pairings. I was thinking maybe table 4. I don't think we've seen Tabitha or June.
We could look at table 4. We could also do table 2. Tyler and Brian, they both won their last game, and not to throw shade at our table 4 gamers, but they also, we haven't seen either of their decks.
Streak.
Yeah, but we could see Tabitha and June at table 4 might be playing some cool stuff. Dude, June's usually got some awesome builds. We'll go to table 4 first. Let's see.
Like things are just getting started. Still trying to learn Octagon on what is where, like.
Oh yeah. For spectating, you don't have to do a whole.
June is on the bottom.
Oh
since
yes,
they're like
yes. The left player is on the bottom, and the right player is on the top always. Yeah.
Right player's on the top. Okay. I always get so thrown off when I'm watching the stream week to week because you put it like, you know, blank versus blank, and you're talking about like left and right or top and bottom, and I'm like, I can never follow along. I feel like I always assume the left player is on the bottom.
That is true. That is the
I
correct
think I think I get it right most of the time.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, they are technically not left and right. They are top and bottom, but they are left and right if you look at the bottom of the window because it's got their like June and her hand and information is on the left and Camille on the right. Yeah.
So we played a 7 CP Angeal. Putting 2
my goodness!
Back in hand.
We're looking at soldiers.
Soldiers, yeah.
I think Tabitha has actually
2 for the backup.
Soldiers before, so I wouldn't be too surprised. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I like this Angel. Let's talk about this guy. I don't think we've seen him. He's from 2 sets ago. 26. When Angel enters the field, choose 2 soldiers and add them in your hand, and then plays one from 4 or less on the field for just dual lightning. Oh, you can only do it once per turn, but you can do it every turn. Not that you're gonna really have a hand full of all these cards that discard and soldiers to play, but it is interesting that you can do it on your opponent's turn.
It looks like we put out the King, a Burmecia. What did we grab? We grabbed a Kane, the new Kane, right?
New Kane, yeah, cool.
New Kane. That guy's a boss.
This is a good card. Yeah. You warp him, he comes in the very next turn and kills the thing. Sure, great. For a damage 3, he's cooking. Haste first strike plus 1,000 power. I mean, the jump is just kind of gravy. Other than that, he's like just a really good, solid card. Oh, Genesis. Okay, we're ready for a little combo. But what's interesting, so we gotta just be freezing.
Choose 2 characters, dull and freeze them.
I will say this, man. Soldiers has a lot of like, it can get out of hand. Oh no, no! I was just gonna say, okay, I have to like finish my thought. Although it's really troll that this happened before I got my thought out, right? This would have been cinema if I had finished my thought before the attack. But I was gonna say it's kind of crazy. Soldiers has a lot of things that can get really out of hand if they stick. But like we just paid for a 7-cost guy and a 5-cost guy, and we didn't do like a back-breaking combo, and now we have no cards in our hand. I was just about to say like we really can't afford for anything to go wrong. Was gonna be the sentence that came out of my mouth, and then we attacked. And honestly, so we talk about this. We just talked about it, and it seems like this is gonna be a nice little through line tonight. Attacking is not free, right? Just because you have a forward that can turn sideways and it will connect with your opponent and deal opponent damage does not mean it was correct to attack that turn, right? Especially because we played... here's another one for you guys. Never, ever, 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 this is a rule of thumb, never play a card in main phase 1 that you don't need to play in main phase 1, especially if you're going to attack after you play it. Because we killed Genesis for no reason. We literally attacked, and the Odin got to kill a guy that didn't have to be down. We didn't get anything. We didn't like freeze a blocker. We didn't take away backups or anything like that. So we just we put him down because we knew we wanted to play him this turn. But that's why we have a main phase 2, right? That's the beauty of the main phase 2, is we can do the safety of main phase 2 and dodge the attack phase. So I think that's one that will live. I think, you know, Tab is going to hold that deep in her chest and remember that next time that we have an open board to swing on. Just play him in main 2, because we would have lost the Angio, which is also not great. Oh, well, I'll tell you, that can't kill him at least. He's too expensive.
Oh, is that a 5? Yeah, that's that.
We would have lost the Angel to that first Odin, but he already kind of did his thing, right? He's not as bad to lose as Genesis. Genesis is a guy that I was also going to say to you, I'm surprised that we're playing him without a follow-up, right? Because he can trigger immediately off of another soldier being played. So it is one of those things where it's like, oh, hey, I have a judge call. I'll take a look at a sec. I'm surprised we didn't wait to play him with a soldier to get the most out of it. When Fire Arden triggered to put a character at the beginning of the main phase, can I react before the character gets put in the break zone? His ability has triggered. It is on the stack. You can respond with whatever you would like. Alright, so the judge question was for the new Arden. The new Arden says, at the beginning of main phase 1, during each player's turn, if that player doesn't put one character they control into the break zone, Arden deals that player 1 point of damage. And they said, when his trigger to put a character at the beginning of main phase, can I react before the character gets put in the break zone? Of course you can. At the beginning of main phase 1, now that ability has triggered, but it's not resolving it. It's just on the stack. And so we can respond.
Alright, I missed what happened in the game here. I was responding to the YouTube comments.
Oh, sorry. What did we got from the old...
Looks like we got a Rosa and a Hooded Man came out. And
Tavern
Hooded Man
Deathmatch
got played after Rosa. And now we have Cecil.
I'll tell you what, dude. Tavern won the award for fastest server I've ever muted. The way that the at tags are abused in that server is insane. I'm real close to just leaving. I'm like, why do I have 8 red dots on my thing? Oh, because somebody keeps tagging at FFTCG every time literally anything happens in the Tavern server.
Might get a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
I unfortunately, there's a lot of good FFTCG servers out there. and I'm in
There's so
all or
many. There's
most
so
of
many.
them,
Yeah.
and I just have to kind of mute them all. I can't kind of keep up. I wish I could. Wish I could be in on the convos and stuff, but busy life, unfortunately.
I think that it's awesome that there is a active community, basically like at any time of the day. If you're looking to engage in Final Fantasy 11 conversation, you can find a conversation in one of these Discords to engage in. And I think that's always like, it's awesome when you want to like drink more deeply of a game and those resources are available to you.
For sure.
Alright, I answered this question and they're typing like a novella to me, so I'm curious what their follow-up question is here.
Well, it looks like we put Cindy on the board, picked up a couple of cards off of that. Now we've got Opus 14 Legend Cloud out. Your opponent controls any forwards. Cloud gains 2,000 power. When Cloud attacks, choose one forward. If possible, it must block. Discard a 7 card. Until the end of turn, Cloud gains 1,000 power. Cannot be chosen by abilities.
Yeah, this guy can absolutely stuff some decks, especially if you have a lot of 7 cards. And boy, looking at the configuration of Tabitha's deck, I would say she probably has a lot of Final Fantasy 7 cards. Wouldn't you think?
I would agree, yep. Yeah, it's nice having that on-demand, cannot be chosen by abilities text right there. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean, both of these characters have got it, right? Because Cecil's got it in that crystal that he can use on any of the forwards here. And I think this is just really neat. I mean, come on. The fact that there's like a Water Lightning Final Fantasy 4 deck with these synergies has been neat. We've seen this a couple times. We saw Brian, who is like the local Final Fantasy 4 guy, right? He's just like, we will see him playing an FF4 deck almost every week on here. We saw him start to do like this Rosa into this Edge, and it was just really, really interesting. I think that some of the new Final Fantasy 4 cards have made this Edge, who he's been always kind of a joke because there's just not been enough good Lightning, like Final Fantasy 4 stuff, you know? And he wants you to have 4 or more Category 4 characters. So it's kind of demanded like some backups to be involved in that, and there's just not like Lightning FF4 backups really, you know? So it is kind of interesting that now we have like, oh, the Rosa can just go get and play him right out of the deck. That's 2 cards right there, and so we are actually getting there with 4 forwards here. But we've seen in some of Brian's lists that it's actually really easy to get to that character count, even splashing the lightning. Alcid going to damage here. Yeah, it looks like this is a tried and true, just the big soldiers combo deck. I think the thing that's going to get Tabitha back into this game is going to be a Shantoto right now. Tap 3, pitch 2, play that 7-cost beauty on the back line. And or limit break it, if we have it. That would require there to be 3 Earth cards in our hand, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you have to have Earth CP for that one. Sometimes tricky. It looks like we're playing a myriad of colors, so... And... Cindy only would have gotten back 1 Earth card.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, she's tapping some backups. Oh,
I think the ask is a little too big for Toto here. I think we would have been slamming it on the field if we had it. So, and I mean the opponent is really susceptible to it right now, I would say. Oh, we're going to use Olmia to search for a character cost 6 or more, or is it just cost 6? Cost 6 and add it to hand. Oh no, it's 6 or more. 6 or more.
Yeah, 6 or more.
Yeah, so we'll get the Angio. Interesting.
Back.
We can't afford him, but we have him. It is another Final Fantasy 7 card that we know is in our hand for cloud stuff, which is kind of cool.
True.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead,
staring at 4 attackers on the next turn.
Not
Not
great.
that they're all going to attack. I mean, you got Big Boy Cloud there, but
well, we're gonna be. Oh no, I don't know. I don't like that. I think maybe this. Is, maybe we are just. Maybe we're just like, okay, GG. You know what I mean? Because this is this is like our guy. Like if anything, Cloud is stopping more than one attack next turn. In a world where we attack with him, we choose a forward to force it to block, or we're choosing Rosa, and he's saying actually no, she won't block because I'm going to use a crystal to protect her. But even then, who like why not? Why first of all, why spend the crystal to protect her? Just let Rosa die.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Let the Rosa die. Play another
point,
Rosa. Right? Yeah. But I mean, well, you know, because why we're just gonna win. That's why we protected our Rosa. We're gonna play Lightning. This is why I don't think that tapping the Cloud was good, because they're just gonna play multi-element Lightning right now, right? Like, I see an Odin and a Lightning, and I see 2 Lightnings and an Odin in the discard pile. The game's over, right? Like, wow. Oh, we can do it in the middle of combat as well. No, wait. Okay, we're responding to the attack by doing it. Okay, there we go.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're attacking with the Rosa, and then we're playing Lightning out of our discard pile in response before it blocks.
Because we want to tap that.
Exactly, to tap the Olmia. Yeah, that's why it's all the same. It's just we did it in attacks after attack was declared. Edge coming across, Cecil, and then Hooded Man, and that's that. Yeah, that's why I think attacking with the Cloud was... I mean, we were in a really rough spot. Again, the damage 1 Odin on... damage 1 Odin on Genesis is crippling. But
yeah.
I think right here, we could have just not attacked with Cloud, and we don't open ourselves up to that Lightning line, unfortunately.
Yeah, give ourselves a little more time.
But Lightning here is a closer, man. This is like such a game ender. You always got to be respecting this. The second you see those things go into the discard pile, you got to be acting like that's going to happen to you any second, you know? But good game, very cool. I love seeing soldiers, and yeah, again, this is a third flavor of Water Lightning that's completely different once again. But we do see the theme on all of them is how good this Water Lightning card is at closing a game. So.
Turbo Lightning, that's what we're calling her.
Torpedo Lightning is is the preferred nomenclature from some of the Lightning enjoyers. I still, it's just too comical to be able to say something like Water Lightning and have everybody know what I'm talking about. So I just gotta keep doing that instead.
I go on Materia Hunter and I just like type in Lightning. And I'm like, I really gotta go into like the filters, search for like card name Lightning.
The only thing that could have been worse is if they named the ice element Snow. Snow element, Lightning element. God damn it, dude.
Really mess up the Final Fantasy 13 players.
That's right. Like they need any more getting messed up. Alright, so we've got this game done. Let's pop over to table 2 and see what's going on over there. They're still playing. We might get another Final Fantasy 4 game.
Yeah, Brian's on this one?
Yeah, exactly. We'll do a little swap ski here. Get a little name change. Zoop. Boom.
Oh, full screen.
Category 420. Oh my goodness, get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Fucking A.
It does look like he's
not gonna tag you right now, but you need more Moogles on your board.
This is definitely an interesting board state.
Golba's getting the magic pot, Rosa grabbing Kane, pot, Rosa grabbing Edge, category 420. That's so fucking funny. I can't. Fail Thanos, you're not kidding, man.
Yeah, I got that new Arden. I'm assuming this is where the judge call came from.
Oh! Yeah, okay, so I've heard about this. This is another one that was inspired by Coffee and Bullshit. So we played this new Arden on Coffee and Bullshit. I think Irving was trying to make just like a angry red deck that like auto damaged me a bunch. And then Irving told me that Tyler reached out to him and was just like, yo, I made an even angrier deck based on like the angry thing you made. I was inspired by like this like turbo angry damage thing. So I think that's got to be what this is here with the Arden. And just looking at like things, dude, this is some terrifying shit. He has 2 Barnabas in his damage zone, but that is
I was gonna say, look at the damage zone.
That can be really scary when you're like, okay, I just have to survive this next turn. Man, he's sure beating me in the face. Like, I hope he doesn't put anything too overwhelming down, and then like Odin comes down.
We have someone at my locals that plays like a strict Barnabas Odin deck and just turn 1, 4 damage on you. It's like great.
Well, I mean, there was
for
a
luck
whole.
with those pulls.
Oh yeah, there was a whole. There was a deck when the Bards first came out that haste 1-drops. You know that guy? So he's like a 4-drop Bards, and he says all 1-drops on your field have haste. There's a 1-drop Porum, or sorry, a 1-drop Palom, the fire one, that says when you deal damage to your opponent with him, you search your deck for another Palom. You basically put him in the break zone, search your deck for another card named Palom, and put it on the field. Right? So like the flavor is he is like promoting, right? Like he is growing. Just like how on the Legend they get the counters, right? This was like a way earlier card. It's a little 1-drop. There's a Palom and a Porum, and both of them basically say like, when you fulfill this condition, you can search your deck and like upgrade them to a more expensive Palom or Porum, right? But what you would do is you would attack with this 1 CP Palom who has haste. You would attack and hit them in the face, and then he immediately triggers. So he goes to the discard pile. You search your deck for another 1 CP Palom, and he comes into play, and then he turns sideways because he has haste because of Bards, and he deals another point of damage, and he goes to the discard pile, and he searches your deck for another 1 CP Palom, who comes in, attacks, hits him in the face, searches the deck. So it would be like, as long as you got to the Palom, you had +3 damage guaranteed on the opener, and he would just have like, okay, you're at damage 5, like, your turn. And you're like, oh, god damn it, dude. I need to kill 4 things, and I haven't played any backups yet, and I'm dead.
Yeah, Opus 2 Palom. Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's the only time I've ever seen that card played. It was in that Bard's deck, and it was it was good. Yeah, especially because they would get that Palom down for all that early damage, and then you start to stabilize, and then they play something like Black Chocobo as a 1 CP wind guy that can't be blocked. And you're like, great. He has haste, but he can't be blocked? Sick. A party forming with him can't be blocked, but, you know, it's easy to do because he's wind and so is Barch.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, Zeed! Holy shit, dude. Zeed's on the table? Oh my god. I just did a quest with this guy. I just got my Dark Knight Artifact Helm, and I had to do a quest with Zeed.
Yeah, see the bro? Is he cool?
Yeah, he's very cool. He is, there's a whole, I mean, there's always a lot, you know, it's like, how deep down the rabbit hole do you want me to go on his lore? I'll give you the surface level thing, where he's just like, he is a super badass, like, he's kind of like a mythological fighter. So he's like a really powerful individual fighter, but he's not aligned with anybody, and if you wanted to go find him, good luck. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those types of, like, he shows up when he shows up. He, oftentimes, his whereabouts are not known. He is kind of like a silently powerful guardian of... Then there's, like, you know, a million other details to why, and there's a whole troubled thing with, like, the Galco, like, his race of people have, like, all kinds of crazy lore and history and stuff going on, and he kind of, like, rejects a lot of the culture of his people. So he's like an outcast in many ways, but it works with like him being like that lone wolf, like super powerful kind of guy, you know? But yeah, he's cool. He is technically a Mithril Musketeer, so if he were to have allegiance to anybody, I would say, like, technically Bastok back in the day, but currently it's more like his allegiance is to the realm, you know what I mean? Type of deal. Like, to like, the forces of good. So Odin just Odin did the thing, man, right?
Odin doing the thing for sure.
6, and now
we got
blue worms start to sacrifice themselves for the cause. Oh my god, we have another Iron Flash! If he has one more Odin in his hand, dude,
that would do it.
You have to if you're going in for it, right? Unless you're just showing off the Iron Flash.
Oh, there it is!
Oh my god!
Dude,
you
Odin's
have to give it up for that. Come on! Brian even types wow. LOL. Oh my god, dude!
Especially after 2 Barnabas and
that's the thing, right? He had 2 Barnabas go to damage, and he's like, "Thanks for getting those out of the way." Gets the 3rd Barnabas, primes it and has all the Odins in his hand. Oh my god. Yeah, he says the Arden is supposed to burst Thordens. Why is he highlighting Sidwolf? Did you discard? For what? Oh, when he took Schultz?
You have to go up in the log and find out.
Yeah, let's see.
Hopefully we don't have a poor game state here.
Well, now we're gonna get into one of those things, right? Where it's like, oh, he missed this. Yeah, he did miss it, and you missed it too. And then you proceeded with gameplay, and then you let the man finish the game. You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh, I don't think so.
He's literally about to type in a judge calls right now because this trigger on Sidwolf. I mean, life sucks. You both get a double warning.
These things happen. I love watching streams of like tournaments. And they're like, I wonder how many missed Lena triggers we're gonna see tonight. Can't you know? It's some of those hard to remember. I do like that. Both players are kind of responsible for keeping the game state accurate, though. So
I mean, it's literally if we were in the tournament, right? And this is what where we're at, guys. Hey, in 3 weeks, you guys are playing in Materia Cups, right? So what happens? We missed the Sidwolf trigger, but we completed the game. Like we went well past that turn, right? That was when he attacked into his opponent. EX did the thing. Yeah, we missed it. It's really bad. But then you end up coming back and you go, hey, you both get like this warning for not maintaining the game state. But like the game is over. Like they completed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's true. It's true. We're gonna have 100 people out there playing by the rules. Alright, well how's round 2 doing?
I don't blame him for asking, man. You know, and it sucks because in this situation, it's very easy to draw a clear line where you say, hey, like, he can't have that card in his hand. If he doesn't have that card in his hand, he can't use this S on me, right? And then it's like, okay, but maybe he doesn't attack, or you know what I mean? Like, he had a handful of dark cards. So again, you can make the argument he couldn't do anything besides what he did, or this, or, you know, anything like that. But yeah, for something like this, hey, you both let it. The game literally ended. It can't be like, okay, let's go back, undo that. You don't know what damage he's gonna flip. Like, take back your turn, go back. Okay, now, and especially because the thing that I'm essentially just saying is, I'm giving the win to the other guy instead, right? It's not like the game will continue if I reverse the ruling, right? So it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. But we gotta. It's everybody gets a warning for not maintaining their game state, and we proceed. If that happens in a tournament, you will both be penalized, by the way. So always keep an eye, even if it's you should be on top of the effect, even though it's your opponent's trigger. You gotta be like, you know, you gotta be on top of it too. So Tyler would get just as raked for that as Brian would in this situation.
I understand the whole keeping the game state valid, you know, calling out mistriggers, whatnot. It pains me when I have to tell my opponent, be like, oh, you got to draw a card now. I'm like, oh man, can't I just let it slide? Like, they forgot to draw a card. Why do I have to give them an advantage? You know?
Yeah, well, because the thing is, sometimes it's not an advantage. That is part of the balance of Lena, is it is a mandatory trigger. People have lost games to drawing card. I have lost a tournament-winning game to if my opponent flips an EX and takes it, I lose. Because Lena is a mandatory draw trigger.
Yeah.
So, I understand saying, like, oh, like, I don't want to give them an extra advantage, but it's like, it's not an extra advantage. They paid for the card is on the table, and the condition was fulfilled, right? It's just like, it's just about playing honest, that's all.
It's true.
There are times where you can choose to do a thing and you don't make that choice, And that's not like me reminding you you have the ability to make that choice. That's very different because I don't know why you're choosing to not do that now. You might be saving it for later or saving it for some other thing. But Lena is not a choice, so they're not allowed to make the choice to not do it or to miss it, right? It's just it must happen. Where are we at on?
Well, for the results, I only see table 4, and now table 2 is probably reporting in, so
They should be
everyone else still must be going.
Yeah.
Go back, see what the pairings
I would
were.
be interested in table 3. Let's go to Richie
Yeah,
versus
just say
DJ.
like table 3.
I think we've seen DJ stuff already, but let's go look there. That stuff always gets awkward too, right? Because if you're talking about a ruling, you have to treat the game like what the game knows. So like, do we know what wound up being in Tyler's hand? Yes, but can we use that to inform the ruling? No. We have to go back and see, well, then he technically has a turn where he has all these cards and his hand composition should be different from the beginning of the turn, so the whole way that he played his turn might be different. And like, we have the knowledge to know, oh, it was dark cards, right? But like, the game didn't know that. So it doesn't mean the ruling is correct because we knew what was in his hand, you know? To tell him that he has to go back and play it the same exact way. It's just unfortunate. Okay, so this is this is Richie doing Wind Lightning Fantasy 8 stuff, which I've always loved this build of this deck. But it looks like this just wrapped up, and I think Mono Earth looks like a Genova Synthesis. Probably hits the table, and then it's a GG. It's what it looked like happened here. So I will be moving on to another table. Table 2, Table 3, Table 4 are reported. We are waiting on Table 5 and Table 1 then, right? Table 5 is reporting right now, so I'm going to open Table 1.
There we go. Easy decision.
Mm-hmm. Let me get those results in as I'm looking here. So Table 3, DJ took a 7-3 over Richie. Table 2, Tyler took a 7-6 over Brian. Table 5, Greg took a 7-1 over Irving. Sounds like the Zodiac stuff didn't work out so well, unfortunately. June 7-3 over Tabitha. Alright, Pat versus Muhammad is what we're looking at here.
Yeah, Pat versus Muhammad.
Let's get that on the screen for you
We
guys.
got... I'm going to try and remember to do this right. So Muhammad's on the bottom and Pat's on top.
Yep. Yeah, no, you got it.
So we have well, Pat we saw earlier with the lightning water. And then Muhammad's on the water wind deck.
Yeah, the newer cast variant, yeah.
Yeah, just trying to get the casts up for the Luso. Let's see, it looks like Pat's a bit on the back foot at the 6 damage right now, so Pat does have maybe the beefier blockers. We got a Lunafray out, Hooded Man. Luso, Lulu, and Leo aren't really bringing the heat.
Well, the thing is, the thing about a deck like this is normally you're trying to wipe their board, and then you swing through the weenies. So yeah, here she is. Witch of the Fens is one of those ways we can clear. We can clear the way for those weenies real easily with the Witch of the Fens. So Witch trigger is happening here, and Pat is typing thinking. So he actually, there's a response window. He could try to kill Witch before the card gets drawn. He could try to Kukulane Witch, which is a pretty easy. It's a low commitment way to force some action. Because if he forces Witch to do action now and she commits to both Ochus, he actually won't get a draw trigger when it resolves because he won't control a monster. So we are actually going to cast Ixion here. It looks like with the kicker, Kixion coming in, and oh boy, that is gonna shit all over this board, huh? Oh my god, that is going to delete every forward. Oh my god, don't leave home without it, folks. I think this is a really good tech card right now. Ixion is going to feast on this board. we're gonna go ahead and just start. We're gonna try and at least kill Lunafreya with an Ochu. We're gonna lose the Ochus anyway. It doesn't. You don't get anything out of throwing another one at the Hooded Man, but you know. If you have a summon, oh no, because it's the opponent's turn, so yeah, there's nothing really. Oh no, it's not. It's our turn. We played Witch. He's responding with Ixion. If we did have a summon and we could cast like a Chocobo or something and Lulu the Hooded Man down to 5, we could kill him with the Ochu too. But no, it looks like we don't have anything like that. Everyone's gonna die. No draw. No draw. Muhammad trying to draw his card, and we're all like, no, 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 no.
That was a good Ixion. I agree.
That Ixion was crazy. So yeah, because the Ochus were live too, right? And that's one of the things about Ochu. So we actually haven't seen him around a lot recently. Ochu is an older card. He saw a lot of play in like mono win strategies and like in cast extend strategies before we actually had like Luso to take advantage of the cast, and then also before we had things like Witch, right? So it's interesting to see him come back. He's a crazy 1-drop that activates the 2 backups when he comes in, but then later he becomes a forward. But the thing about Ochu and cards like him is you don't get to decide whether or not he's a forward. So a lot of the power in a monster like Blue Worm comes from the ability that they are naturally extremely evasive. Like, unless a card specifically interacts with monsters, typically they cannot remove Blue Worm until you decide to let them interact with Blue Worm by animating his ability. But Ochu right there, we saw they're able to just get caught by the Ixion because of that unfortunate. They don't have that protection. They're always forwards once they hit the condition. So. Uh-oh, the Cloud song, guys. Sorry. Hold on, because he's bored. I hate this guy. I have to, like, find a way to remove just this song from this thing. I don't know why.
Funny, because I'm not listening to the music this week.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. It actually, it just got a lot further than it usually gets. So you guys can consider that a special treat this week that you got to hear the Cloud song. It's like an incredibly put together video of Final Fantasy music, and then they were like, and at the end we have our bonus track, and just like ruins the entire thing.
Well, looks like we put out a Zidane who got immediately dulled by lightning. Lightning's coming in for a swing. What Mohammed's going to do to come back.
Agree. It's why this list doesn't scare me on Scions nearly as much as old monsters. I will say this about this deck, guys. I think that everything that you're looking at with this deck has always been possible. There's no like new cards that make anything in here any better than anything. This is literally just like it's just a cast deck again. You know, it's like I think it has the same weaknesses that the cast decks have always had. I don't think it's doing anything to mitigate those. I think it's just a new, interesting way to do it. It's not saying it's not very strong. I just, I think, yeah, like, it's not blowing my mind. You know, it seems like a perfectly normal and pretty good deck. But I think it's maybe a little undercooked as far as, like, something that's gonna... we'll see if it sticks around. We'll see. I'm interested to see what it looks like. Representation and performance in the first few Materia Cups. I mean, they got like the Vaughn Limit Break and some, you know, like the fact like Witch adds a lot to this color combo, but I suppose I remain unconvinced, folks. We're Odining the Hooded Man. Hooded Man goes bye-bye. Bye-bye.
What's happening?
And he's trying to do something to Zidane. Target Zidane with Hooded Man. He says can't. Wait, what?
You play another Odin?
Yeah, I just don't know what he was saying he couldn't do. Activates Zidane, energy attack phase, targets Hooded Man, Princess Sarah. To say it can't be chosen by EX burst. weird. Oh, because he played his Hooded Man. That's right. He played the opponent's Hooded Man. Okay. And then he said his own Hooded Man can't be targeted by burst. Oh, when he said can't, it's because he flipped Kukulane and he had used Princess Sarah to protect the Hooded Man from the EX burst. Okay, cool. Relevant use of Princess Sarah. Wow. Marlboro the damage. Zidane can't be blocked by 4 or more. Oh, was he trying to block it and then he said can't? Okay, sorry. I thought he tried to Kukulane and said can't. Oh, no. It was a block. Thank you. I'm seeing now. Moves Hooded Man. Targets Zidane with Hooded Man. You can't. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, chat.
Let's see. Back to Muhammad's turn. He's got 5 in hand, so hopefully he can do something, because he getting smacked around the last couple of turns.
Well, he's got... So here's the problem with this deck. He's got 10 cards left in his deck, right? This game's over. Muhammad just doesn't have... He doesn't have enough, like, game left to...
Yeah, I mean, Pat's only got 6 cards left in his deck.
Oh, I mean, that's true. And...
Who's played Alexander?
I guess Muhammad just needs to be able to remove the hood. So I say this is over. That's not true. Muhammad just needs to be able to remove Hooded Man and play Zidane, right? Like there's actually a not too crazy path to lethal that's not so far away. All 3 Zidanes are in his... Oh no, that's a Princess Sarah. 2 Zidanes are in his discard pile. Does he play 3 Zidanes? All he has to do is get to 3 casts and remove the Hooded Man, which might be a bigger ask, but we'll see. Rosa first. The new Marsh gets there too. I doubt that he is playing the new Marsh by itself, but maybe. Luso is just a dude. Oh, because it's cast 1 and 2. I think he's got the Zidane.
Well, Luso's cast 3, right? So activate
all
backups?
What was the first cast? I missed it.
Alexander?
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Sorry. You are absolutely correct. Alexander into Rosa into Luso. So it's activate all my backups and draw a card. Yeah, because he needs to remove Hooded Man and play Zidane. He's got 8 cards left in his deck. Does he have, like... I mean, they're not... It's not going to be Dryad because they've cut on wind characters, even though Dryad would still very much kill him here. The Alexanders don't do it. He's not a 5 or more. God, is the spot removal literally Witch of the Fens or Alexander? It looks like that is probably all the spot removal. So we're going to Apkalu for a card. We don't have enough Limit Break left to use Limit Break as removal either here. I mean, he might... you do make a good point, though, where Pat is only at 6 cards left in his deck, so... he also may just be able to... Like, Muhammad might be able to just build a wide, weird board. But... let's see.
Is he going for the 7 casts? Or because that's when Luso enters the field, so...
Yeah, I mean, even if he could do that... I think right now he's just trying to get maybe a free character off of Rosa. But he would only kill Lightning right now, anyway. And that's maybe worse for him to kill the Lightning. There are 3 Odins and 1 other Lightning in here. So if that wind, water, or God, why do I keep saying wind today instead of lightning? If this lightning, water, lightning dies, he will be able to replay it. So it's stuck dull here, but he's not. It's because he hasn't untapped yet. He's in your main too. Oh, he's Lena specialing in the opponent's main too. He's just developing more block. He's getting the Zoral Jaw. Right? Yeah, he's getting the Zoral Jaw, which is going to he won't have the Final Fantasy. Oh no, he does. He's got Astro, Thornton, and Alize.
Yeah.
So he has haste, although he won't need it because he's bringing him in at the end of the previous turn. But he's also damage 5, so he'll be able to choose 2 forwards and break them. So Zoral Jaw will turn sideways and he will kill Luso and Ochu, and he will threaten Rosa. We will take it instead of block with Rosa. Then we attack with Hooded Man, we are out of damage to take, man. I think this is it, dude. Zoral Ja is gonna kill these two. We have lethal. We're looking at lethal on the table if Muhammad doesn't have something to do, and the deck's not really known for its instant reactions. Lightning is just angry wind. I mean, that's is true, isn't it? And that's it, dude. Good game. Muhammad saying, yeah, that Ixion absolutely cleaned it up. Cleaned it up. Very cool.
Another good game.
All right, man. Yeah, that was an awesome one. So that gives us everything we need for... oh, and time was kind of called during those turns anyway. That's my bad. I didn't get to it. But let's get this closed. Let's get results in for this round. Oh, excuse me. Results. Where are the... Did I accidentally close the damn thing?
Uh-oh.
It's okay. It's very easy to get it back.
Do you keep track of the results in like Square's official tournament tracker software?
The software that we use is the official software, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. It is not what we used to use. Everybody, guys, hey, shout out Tabletop TO. If you're in chat and you remember Tabletop TO, shout out. That was still to this day the best tournament software I've ever used in my life. Rest in peace, Tabletop.to. The day that they retired that, I was like, well, I guess we might as well start using the official software because I'm not going to bother learning another thing that's not the official software. So the official software has gotten a lot better than where it was at before, and now it's perfectly fine. They've implemented a lot of the feedback I did have, and it's perfectly usable. So the way that we run our tournaments, the software we use our tournaments is the exact same software that you can expect to see your tournaments run in when you are at locals or if you are at any official events. Now, the Square Enix software does not really do a great job of tracking info. So once the tournament's over, gone, like into the aether. This is like just done. There's not like a running total of like the players' names I've put in and like your record or anything like that, right? Tabletop used to have that, which was sick. Like Tabletop.to had like, if I kept typing Irving Diaz every week, I could click his name, like it would literally have a hyperlink. I could click Irving Diaz and it would be like Irving Diaz has played in, and it would show every one of my tournaments that he had registered in, and it would show his like full tournament history. So you could see like your win-loss and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's pretty snazzy.
Yeah, it was really, really good, and it was really, really free. And one day the guy posted a thing that was just like, yeah, I am not going to work on this anymore, and I'm not interested in selling it. So it was just like, that's it. Like, just, you know, it was like, I think we literally had multiple people reach out like, hey, I would take this over. And he was like, no, I'm not interested in, just, it's over. It's done. So, oh, okay.
What is on the stream right now? It's just showing a blue page.
No, it's probably I closed the Octagon game, but I did not click very next round. Alright.
I need my little setzer in my life. There we go. Got to keep this high quality operation running.
That's right.
You know?
Just what relic software? Wait, you talking about Tabletop.to, bro? Look, Tabletop.to still mogs modern software, honestly. And blank is the worst tournament software suite I've ever encountered. Oh, Cardio? I don't know, man. It sure seems like they probably had AI code tournament software platform for them and then convinced people to use it, you know? That's like this today, in today's day and age, if anybody is selling you a new platform of anything, like, I'm so skeptical. I'm like, so you had this vibe coded by Claude? No, thank you. Oh boy. Alright, so let's go into our finals here. Irving did drop. our last round. Pairings up.
You said this is the last round?
This is the last normal Swiss round, and technically we have 3 undefeated players in DJ, Tyler, and Pat. So if DJ gets beaten at the pair down table, he's got a tough cookie opponent, Brian C. Then he will not get into a tiebreaker, and it will be the winner of table 1. Otherwise, we'll have a little tiebreaker action.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm typing this in the wrong channel. That's results. All right, typing right now.
Pairings. Well, while I have a down moment, I appreciate you letting me come on again. I know we did intros at the start. I guess for anyone like me who joins the stream late or intermediately, appreciate you having me on, man. This has been fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Calling some games, watching some FFTCG. I was on the software earlier just to kind of prep myself, get it all ready, and there was some person just in there practicing. I was like, oh, like, you getting ready for like the RVA stream? Like, you gonna join? He's like, oh, this is like my second game or whatever. He's like, I'm just trying to figure out how this all works. I was like, oh. I was like, oh yeah, they have Discord, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll go join the Discord and check it out. But I'm not ready for playing in a tournament. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just spreading the good vibes, spreading the word.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for the plug. But second of all, it's so cool to me that like people are still getting into it. You know what I mean? Like that they're still like are new people picking it up. Who are like, yeah, I'm just learning Octagon now. I'm just learning the ropes. You know, like, I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, happy to have you, man. Thanks for coming on. Of course, I do always extend it to people if they're interested. I mean, we've had Pat actually, who is at the top table tonight. I actually just earlier when I was giving everybody their player role, I noticed that his name was red, just like yours is right now, because you have the booth babe role, which lets you come in the booth. And I was like, oh yeah, because he had reached out and he wanted to join. And they were going to be doing a tournament at his local store. So like he wanted to kind of, you know, whether you want to get the chops back up because you're going to be doing something like this in the future, whether you just want to try it and see if it'd be fun or you'd be any good at it. Yeah, I mean, we're happy to have people come in here, and it's a very casual environment. So, you know, very easy to just talk shop as much or as little as you would like about the games on the screen. And yeah, always happy to have people. So thanks for reaching out and coming on. And thank you always for being awesome support in chat and always tuning in. And I know that you've got the Highwind trading thing. If you wanted to, please feel free to shameless self-plug.
Give a little plug arena for...
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I've been selling sealed booster boxes and pre-release kits for Final Fantasy Trading Card Game exclusively for a couple of years now. I like to think of myself as the local game store for those that don't have one to support. You know, it's tough to find a card store locally near you that carries FFTCG, so I try and fill in the gaps and be that friendly community person for those who are looking for boxes. So there's a couple of awesome other sales folks that do it, but I'm just trying to, you know, keep my hat in the ring and help people out, give them a good price, have a good time, talk cards, some fun stuff. So mainly just do kind of sales for folks, you know, via just chatting, you know, hitting up in a message. You know, I'm in the Facebook group. As I mentioned earlier, I'm in like every single Discord possible. Yeah, and I just love when people reach out and want to chat and, you know, ask what I have or what's coming up. And I'm always carrying all the new sets, and, you know, I love doing it. And I definitely wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love this game so much, because it's a lot of work. But yeah, I mean, I really have been digging Final Fantasy TCG for years now, so I really like doing it.
Well, that's super cool, man. Thank you for plugging in. And people, really, if you need some boxes, you want to get some pre-release kits or anything like that, you know, you can find your stuff on Facebook, right? You said is the easiest way to get in touch with you.
Yeah, I'm on the Facebook and the marketplace group, and I mean, of course, I'm in this Discord, so
Yeah,
you can find me here and just send me a private message, and I'm happy to give you any details you want.
very cool.
It's always fun talking to somebody who's like, "Oh, I'm new to the game," and they're like, "I don't know what a case is or a master case," and just like breaking it all down for them, telling them how stuff is
Yeah.
mapped, and it's funny. You just kind of get all this knowledge after being in it for a while. You take it for granted, and I mean, I still kind of remember what it was like, 4 or 5 years ago when I was getting into it. Not knowing, I didn't even know what LGS stood for. I felt really dumb asking that question at one
Yeah,
point.
yeah. It's like the I at this point I'm afraid to ask type of meme. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so I do have to cut us off here because this is how fast this game is going. So we do have the game on the screen for Tyler versus Pat. And man, if they aren't already 3 damage deep, goodness gracious. If I had $1 for every 9 cost Odin that flipped into damage tonight on stream, I'd have at least $3.
Yeah,
This
dude,
is
be rolling in it.
this is crazy, dude. This is yeah, another damage to it has to be done to the Odin, and Arden gets to stick around, which is kind of neat. So Arden is the guy, right? You see him triggering right here at the beginning of our opponent's main phase. So let's talk about this because this is the entire deck, right? This is what Tyler is building. He was inspired by the coffee and bullshit of where we were trying this card for the first time a couple weeks ago. So at the beginning of main phase 1, during each player's turn, if that player doesn't put one character they control into the break zone, Arden deals them a point of damage. So Arden is putting the pressure on your opponent immediately. If you're playing this guy, Tyler's windmill slamming this on turn 1. Tyler is expecting to just take the damage on his own face, right? And then he wants to kill you faster than he dies, right? Classic, right? We're both on fire. As long as you die before I die, we win. Arden does have this neat little self synergy where because you're taking the damage on your own face at the beginning of main 1, after 3 turns he has self started his damage 3 ability where he gets to double the damage he deals to a player. So the choice early is a little easy. Of course I'd rather build characters and take damage to the face. Maybe I'll even get an EX, right? Maybe I'll even get a double advantage. But it starts to get really weird when he's on that damage 3 and it's like, oh, you're definitely starting to sack characters because you can't afford to take 2 damage to the face anymore. I mean, we're literally already at we can't afford a damage 3 Arden trigger, right? We have to sack a character. So it is interesting to see how quickly Arden puts them in that like catch-22 situation.
The crazy thing is, I mean, you could do backups. I don't think that's optimal, but when it comes down to it,
Oh, I mean, he's going to have
Pat's
to start.
got 3
right?
backups right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well, what you want to do is one of the best things you can develop if you're just developing things to sack to Arden is Leo. But the funny thing is, this is a mono fire deck who's just going to go into his limit break and he's going to shoot your weenie on his turn. So then you're not going to have it in your main 1 to sack. So like Luna Freya here is a good thing to sack, right? We're hoping to get double value. We're hoping to reveal an Odin, kill the Arden. And we did. We sure did. And oh, look, a little flavor here, right? Luna Freya is just going to go ahead and send Arden packing. Yeah, we're going to Odin the Arden. Now, this is where a lot of angry all-in decks that don't have the sauce fall apart. They had the angry opening. They had the opponent in a really scary position where they even were using like Odin S abilities and stuff like that, and the opponent got out of it, right? We EX'd out of the Odin with an Odin. We were able to develop a couple things and kill the Arden. Like, now the game starts to look like the phase 2. Does Tyler's deck have a phase 2? Does his deck do something after its initial angry assault gets canceled? And this is a difference between just like a random aggro deck and a good aggro deck, right? So let's think about, I think a really good example for a deck that does have the juice for like a second and third wave of aggro is the Final Fantasy 13 aggro deck. Do you remember when Light Lightning was like the core of this Final Fantasy 13 aggro deck? And
oh yeah,
you would have this really powerful opener, maybe even a really powerful like second or third turn, and then if they wiped your whole board, you would still be only a turn or two away from like, okay, I could take a turn off, and then the next turn I'll play like Fang, Vanille, Hope, Lightning, and go, right? So like you could build around like, okay, even though he stopped me, like it cost him a lot to stop me, and I can just get ready for the next go round. I haven't seen a lot of this Tyler deck. I don't know what does the next go round look like. When your deck has a lot of dark cards in it, does drawing them make it more awkward, or is drawing Barnabas exactly what we want to see right now? I think it might be the latter. I think if he draws Barnabas and his opponent's sitting here on 5 damage, doesn't Barnabas just like kill 2 dudes when we or no, that's Bahamut kills 2 dudes. Odin kills 1 guy, right? He power shrinks a guy when he...
a dude.
Yeah. So it's interesting to be like, oh, I mean, he might just be looking to, yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, that's not what you want to happen to your opponent. I definitely thought this was mono fire. He has EX Lena. Oh, and he has EX Realm. So interesting. And yeah, Pat's just removing more things with Irvine here on attack. Not sure what he should be scared of, so he's just removing all the like the forwards that look kind of scary. Oh my god, another EX Saws EX to search for a summon. Now, yeah, does Pat get to draw the extra cards to his hand? Sure. He's gonna go get an Amaterasu. Interesting.
Amazu?
Well, now, I will say that we were talking about how Tyler, like, does he have the juice to go for a second attack wave? Well, once he's got 8 cards in his hand, he sure does. I mean, shit.
No, he's got 5 cards, but, you know, he's getting there.
No, he's got 8.
Who's got 8?
Knuckle Cucked? It says 8 in my thing, no? It literally says 8. Now it says that he's 5 in his hand. Is my Octagon bugged?
Oh, could be. Maybe mine's bugged.
Now it says he has 4 cards left in his hand. He just went into Ifrit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it on the stream. It says 4.
On mine, it says he's got 1. So,
okay. I mean, that makes
one of
more
us is
sense.
wrong.
No, I mean, I'm wondering where all these damn cards came from. So 1 makes a lot more sense. But he did. What I was gonna say when we saw the Clive in the discard is like him Clive into Ifrit is game here if he has it, and he sure had Clive into Ifrit. So Pat is thinking, drawing those extra 2 cards off of the Lena and the Saz actually maybe gave Pat enough to pay for an Odin if he removes 6. You know, it might just be like he can remove 6 lightning things from the discard pile, pay for one of these Odins, and then break that Ifrit. In which case, the Machina will still turn sideways for damage 6, but the game's not over yet. However, we don't have something that actually stops this Ifrit. This is it, right? He's thinking he lets the lightning go to the break zone. I wonder, does he have... No, he can't play lightning on his opponent's turn. Is this just it? What did he have? Does he have Kukulane he could have used to stop Ifrit from attacking, or... I know we moved pretty quickly into turning our Ifrit sideways, but... The fact that he typed thinking just makes me think he has something, not nothing, right? Irving and Gilgamesh... Oh, so he is removing 6. He is paying for the Odin. I guess he just let the thing die first, and then he shoots the Ifrit here. Yeah. And Machina just gets to attack for the 6 point of damage, and this is where the number of cards in his hand super matters. If it's 4, holy shit, is he in a good spot? If it's 1, he's definitely a little rough. So he needs the... We need to get... we need to probably take a turn off and then build 1 more scary turn. Not to mention all the oi evening and then something that's blocked. Sorry, I don't let links get shown. There's probably something .deck or whatever that you typed, but anything that looks like a hyperlink, it gets rid of. When playing Odin, I've been down a boys clip rabbit hole, dude. Oh, because I see you said earlier, cue the Billy Butcher accent. Dude, the boys is great. I love the boys. I missed your coffee and bullshit this week. Does the deck run the damage dealing ace? So Irving's... So this was from Coffee and Bullshit a couple weeks ago. I think it was from the first one that we did. And the deck that Irving was playing definitely did have the direct damage dealing ace in it, for sure. You were self-censoring. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's yeah, I got you. It's the Australian word. He's updated it 2 times. Oh, you're saying Tyler has updated the deck twice, and this version probably doesn't have it in it. Okay, thank you, Irving. Yeah, Irving has been talking to him a little bit about the Arden deck, because I think Tyler basically reached out and was like, I was inspired by that Arden stuff. Check this out.
Machina is getting super powered over here.
He's got that big bod, huh? 8K. No way! What? Once you beat Famfrit, draw a card. If your opponent has received 5 points of damage or more, draw 2 cards instead. Yeah, that sure works. Our opponent has taken all that damage.
Still enough for that, but definitely necessary.
Irving says he showed Tyler his version, and Tyler said, "Hold my beer."
There are definitely some good deck constructors here in the RVA community.
Oh my god!
I think it was old school Titus.
This man has a fucking terrifying first line of text when you're at 6 points of damage.
Cannot be blocked.
We're basically saying, here's your clock, you know? Machina is attacking. For each point damage you receive, he gets plus 1,000, yeah. And so he's attacking with Machina. And now we are saying thinking. We targeted our Lunafreya for a second, and then it looks like we kind of walked it back and typed thinking. Oh, we're going to Kukulane the Machina to drop its power, and then block it. Yeah, that works. So it's like, sure, go ahead. So I think Pat is probably just going to remove the Titus. I mean, like, you're not so worried about Titus going to the bottom of the deck and doing the thing. I mean, he will get a lot of cards, which does help him, again, build another scary turn, but you have to just remove the Titus. So Titus is going to get removed here. We're going to Lena special. Zoral Jaw.
What are we getting back?
Zoral Jaw at the end of our opponent's turn and win the game again. Yeah. Now, the thing is, you have to do something about Titus before, or Titus is just going to take Zoral Jaw off the table. So Zoral Jaw, whether he wants to or not, will trigger Titus. He's a mandatory. He must choose a character. So,
yeah.
We're either gonna use him to remove Titus, or we have some other plan. But either way, Titus will be escorting one of these guys off the table. But if Titus and one of these guys leave the table and Pat's able to develop that lightning again, you know, she's a closer. So when your opponent is at 3 points of damage left, I see a lightning and an Odin in the discard pile, and I see a blue lightning in the discard pile. So this is live. Multi-element lightning is live in the discard. I would be terrified of this. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's just going to do the thing. He attacks his Zoral Jaw. He forces trigger on Titus. No, we're not going to force the trigger on Titus before potential EX? That's surprising to me. We're going to attack with Irving first and remove cards from the break zone.
Well, Amaterasu, so we're safe there.
Yeah, I mean, he has like a crazy number of EXs in his deck so far. Like, every water card's an EX, but most of them aren't actual, like, kill a guy. They're like value. Now this one is draw 2 cards here for him, so he does have a bunch of cards. Oh yeah, his hand is definitely bugged. I think the 2 cards in his hand to the left of Amaterasu like don't exist, and that's my thing is bugged and so thinks he has 6 cards in his hand right now.
Here we go.
So he's attacking with Zoral Jaw, who must break Titus, and Titus is going to trigger, but now both of them leave the field and he just pays for lightning, and then it's that's that. Now Titus is going to go to the bottom of the deck and he's going to draw another, like, what, 2 or 3 cards? 3 cards.
3, yeah.
So here comes lightning. Do we have literally any? Oh, we have Amaterasu in our hand. No, don't play into this. Why would you do this now, Pat? You know he has it. He's parked on it, isn't he? Okay, Amaterasu.
He's got no targets to...
The lightning is... that's right, that's true. It's when it enters. Oh, never mind. There's no auto. Why? Well, we should have used it on Irvine or something then. Oh wait, what's he has something else? No, never mind. He's saying he's realizing that he can't Amaterasu it. He literally pitched 2 cards and then was like, oh wait, you got it. He should have done it to Irvine then, right? If he had it. Maybe he didn't have the cards until the Titus stuff happened.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that,
you got the
again,
expert.
my like concept of how many cards he has in his hand are all fucked up because it literally is telling me right now he has 9 cards in his hand. So I it's a little fucked up where I keep thinking he's able to afford a thing he can't. Judge call, sorry. If players opens 27 Terra and cast Gilgamesh LB, can they order the triggers for Gilgamesh entering and Terra's trigger on casting a lightning card? I thought Terra would always be on top of the set because you get triggered by Gilg entering. Maybe I'm wrong. It's relevant because I want to remove 2 Thancred targets before AKing him. 1 second. Okay, 1 second. I gotta do materia under Terra and Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh LB.
All right, so that was our table 1 while you're researching here.
Table 2 is where we got to see what's going on there. Yeah.
Table 2, and who is it? DJ. If DJ wins, we have a.
Okay, so casting triggers Terra, but the decision to dull her or not is made at resolution of the ability.
Well, table 2's got some action going on. DJ with his Mono Earth and Brian with his Golbez deck. I think what you told me was if DJ wins, then we have a tiebreaker.
If DJ wins, we have a tiebreaker, yeah.
Gotcha. I know you don't have it up on the screen yet, but DJ is in a pretty good position in that mono earth position. 5 backups, lots of forwards.
All right, got those guys all sorted. Sorry, so the question, just to reiterate for everybody, they wanted to know, like Terra, when you cast a Wind or Lightning card, you can dull active Terra to choose a forward to deal at 8,000 damage. That auto ability, when you cast a blah blah blah, you may dull Terra. You choose whether or not you're dulling her at the resolution of that ability. So that goes on the stack just like anything when you cast a card, and then they're basically like, oh, can he stack these things in whatever order? Like, yes, if he's casting Gilgamesh and then the Gilgamesh is cast and then he's on the table, characters don't use the stack. So Gilgamesh comes into play, and then he is immediately triggering his entered play ability and the if you cast Gilgamesh ability, right? Things I think where people get a little tripped up on this is things like Rosa that say like when you cast the 5th card you've cast this turn, because a lot of times that Rosa is being triggered by a summon, and summons get cast and then go on the stack, right? Until like, but characters, they get cast and they come into play and then their abilities go on the stack. So the abilities do trigger at the same time for characters, whereas the ability does trigger after like on top of the summon for Rosa. Does that make sense? Like for Rosa, it always resolves before the summon, but for a character, you choose the order. All right. Table 1 got Pat 7-6 over Tyler, so let's go to table 2, which you're watching right now, and see what we can see. You gotta, poor Tyler, man, the Odin catching An Odin burst is tough. when you're the all-in angry gamer and you've got to run through a field of water lightnings, it can't be too easy, huh?
Odin gonna get you.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Odin in every round tonight. We've seen a 9-2 Odin claim a soul. So
We just played the Seymour.
let me get these names off here. The game is right? Yeah, okay. Needed another Barnabas. Yeah, poor Barney. Mont and Prish are down here. A little mono earth action. Versus was looking a lot like a... Is that Setzer? Holy shit. It's looking like a ice water. This is not what Irving was playing. This is what Brian's playing, which is very interesting.
Love to see some mono art FF6 characters out here.
Yeah, I mean, well, I have no idea why this Setzer is here, but it is nice to see the art.
Gogo always has interesting abilities. This one's when a forward or monster you control uses an action ability, Gogo uses the same one without paying the cost.
He copies the abilities, and the fact that this is a ice water deck, it's Flans and Hippocampus is mostly the things he's usually copying. Like a Flan that discards an action ability, discard a card, double the discard. Hippocampus does board-wide damage, but you double it, and so you wipe the board, like that kind of stuff. Usually very, very slow and greedy card, Gogo. So he's getting removed immediately here, which is, is about what happens. Playing Shadow Lord, and Shadow Lord is going to call whatever he calls, it's going to kill the Gogo, and
I think he did Summoner.
He must have said Summoner to get rid of Seymour, and then he chose the other one with the trigger from Emmett. And yeah, this board is getting wider and wider, and there's really not a whole lot Ice Water can do about it. I'm more amazed he's hanging on so long here. Heard he to check the top of the deck for a character. What year is it? Holy shit. Lena. We've seen a couple cool Lena S's today too. Actually, we've seen Lena S for Zerulja like more than once.
Yeah,
in
for
different
sure.
decks. I think Lena continues to just be such a cool card, a really, really powerful 2-drop backup. And I like the lines that it gives people access to it. I think it's interesting.
I feel like I can never play Lena like effectively enough. I'm like, oh, right, I have a Lena, and then I can special. Oh no, I don't have an extra water CP, and it's like.
I mean, that's all extra, right? Like the Lena S is gravy. You're playing the card for everything else, and then the S is just bonus text.
I feel like each deck I start, it's got to have some sort of EX burst hate. So Lena or Sidwoff.
Oh yeah.
There's just so many EX bursts. I mean, like we saw tonight. I mean, you got all those Odins dealing damage, and I mean, a lot of people play a lot of EX bursts. So
sure,
you gotta
but
have
did
an
you
answer
watch?
for it.
I mean, yeah, yes, that's true. But I don't know that any of the EX burst tech did anything for anybody today. Like both people are drawing some cards. Like I think it's tough to say. Like, yeah, it's good. It's obviously good to draw a card when your opponent does the EX. Like, is it enough to stop them from taking the EXs? Is it enough to make the EXs ineffective? No, but it could have been in Brian's game, right, where the opponent should have had one less card in his hand. But also, I think that if Tyler was paying attention to the thing on the backup line, he maybe doesn't take the EX. So who knows? Like, things are all different. We are going to try to kill Witch with a Noctis on Emmett, and we are going to shoot Leo with a Blue Worm. How does that even happen? Did we blank the Leo or something? Isn't Leo like ginormous? Oh, did we use? Marlboro? No.
So,
How did we kill 1 CP Leo?
it's true. I was gonna say it reduces its power, but
By 7, but isn't he like huge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe did he attack with it and like block or something? Dulls, discards, limit breaks. Uses Emmett. Oh, he didn't kill the Leo, he got it with Noctis. Oh, okay, thank you. Sorry. I saw it like leave the table. He wasn't on the field. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry. Thank you, Travis. I'm all over the place. Kukulane EX. I'm all over the place. Yeah, so this mono Earth deck is the one that if it wins, we will be seeing it in the tiebreaker. And I'll tell you what, it's sure looking like it's in a good position.
I agree.
I mean, I guess the deck technically contains Go-Go, so it could have Go-Go Hippocampus, but like, what does he even draw that gets him out of this situation? Is it Shinryu? Because nope, he has a Golbez in play, so I'm literally coming up empty thinking of how he gets out of this.
I was gonna say, what's that ice summon that breaks all the prime numbered
But
characters?
they have to be dull. So not really, right? It would it would literally kill nobody right now. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely they have to be dull. Are you kidding me, Brett? That card would be played 3 of in every fucking deck. Absolutely they have to be dull. Wall 7 would not have been a deck. It would not have been a deck. An untargetable summon that kills all primes.
It's Zalera.
4 CP
break
Zalera.
all dull forwards.
Yeah.
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. I mean, I was gonna say it probably wouldn't be 2 if there's a lot of 4 costs here on the board. But...
Even still, but yeah, it just doesn't. That would be insane. It does not kill all active guys of those numbers. It's already like a really, really good value summon. The problem is with a summon like that, helps you go from the mid to late game and helps you play control, but it does not help you win. It doesn't like progress your board at all. You can't use it to remove a blocker. You can't use it to proactively remove a threat. It's just a really good value trade, right? Where like you can counterpunch somebody really hard, and that's what control's all about. I think the effectiveness of that card is like a very interesting graph to look at over time, but it does have, whether it's by the nature of its own power or the power of the ice element, it comes back time and time again for being such an old card. Opus 3.
There was I think it was a Materia Cup I was watching last year, and that card wrecked.
Yeah, it's good against the Yuna decks that we're seeing, like Knights and Yuna and stuff. Which of the Fens coming in, drawing a card?
Did we just Lena special that in?
Mm-hmm. What it looks like. I always love Lena specialing Witchin because it basically turns the Lena in your hand into a different card, but then also puts a Witch on the table.
Yeah.
It like replaces that card that you don't want to be a Lena. And also, there's a Witch here. Yeah. We like that. We take those. How are the Habs doing?
I'm just not sure where Brian goes from here to get himself out of this pickle.
It's got to look an awful lot like the Hippocampus combo, which he just can't. I don't think he can set it up. I don't even know if he has it. I assume he has to have it because he has Go-Go. Well, there he's playing the Go-Go. I mean, he's going to get a double trigger Witch. There we play Blue Worm. Okay. Show me Hippocampus. You have 2 cards. Show me Hippo. Attacking with Golbez. Interesting choice. Maybe he just has another Golbez in his hand. He's desperate to play another Golbez. So he's trying to attack with it, but he has no reason to block it. He's gonna take the damage. Sure. sets are now. I mean, just take, sure. Who
Not
cares?
familiar with this hippocampus. So dull 3 active characters deal 1,000 for every 2 characters you control to all the forward's opponent.
Yeah.
Then until the end of turn, Hippo becomes 8,000 power.
Yeah. But Go-Go is going to double it, so.
Yeah, double with Go-Go.
Be
Okay.
10k. Yep. Pretty much the most unfair thing Go-Go can do in this element combination, but it's very, very slow, and it takes a lot to get there. Hit, oh, 5 CP Heka. Yeah, this is, his opponent already typed a GG before he cast the summon. Jesus. Yeah, it's over. It's over! Alright, so Mono Earth moving on to a tiebreaker here, which does mean DJ and Pat tiebreaker. This will be a really good game. This is going to be Water Lightning versus Mono Earth.
Who's it that says it? Pat that's in the final with the
Pat Lou with the so his is got the Vegnagun in it, which is pretty.
At that. Pat coming in for the week, making it to the tiebreaker round.
Yeah, he's no slouch, man. He's been he has performed very well here many weeks, and super nice guy. He's from.
I got to meet Pat at Nats. He was very very lovely.
Yeah, he's from kind of like the southern Jersey area. They do like the Greg's games and all the like Baltimore, like that whole little mid-Atlantic region. I'll see him at all of those events, so it's always a pleasure. I know he's always trying to get me to come up to Greg's. I love that store, and it's a really fun place, and I love excuses to go home to New Jersey. But they just had like a Winnabox in March. I was like, there's no way I can make it up there for an event in March just for fun. But I tried.
Are they the ones that held like $1,000 prize tournament?
Yeah, that's the one that was in March. It is a 1K, but 1K is always like everybody in the whole tournament's prize adds up to 1K. So it's like we give this to this place and this to the other place. I mean, I do appreciate them. I think they're cool tournaments.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like classic like prize split type deal. Yeah, they that was like 2 weeks after the Winter Cup, I want to say.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed I couldn't make the Winter Cup this year. Had to bring the family to Disney.
Oh no!
I know, it was the worst.
Having the worst time. I'll tell you what, man. The Winter Cup should have been down in fucking Disney. They had it up in like Pittsburgh where there was a snowstorm. So I was like sitting there wondering why I was traveling for something in the winter and going to where the snow was. But
we need to share our pain with everybody else.
We used to have the Winter Cup in Florida in the winter months, and that was nice. I enjoyed that.
Or in there used to be last year there was 2, right? One in California.
Oh well, sure, yeah. Last year there were 2. Yes, that was the only
another
time
good place to go in the middle of the winter.
Yeah, or down here.
Folks.
But yeah.
Yeah, after meeting so many fun folks at Nats, I was like, oh man, the Winter Cup will come around, be able to see some of these friends I made. Well, wasn't in the cards for me.
Rip.
But it was fun. I saw a few people vlogged about it. Emo Tempest put up a vlog, and I know Zig3 was doing commentary, but I think he also put up a little mini vlog. So I gotta live vicariously through the stream and through that. Try and support all those content creators on YouTube.
Yeah, man, they're doing. You definitely should have just played the fail Thanos. Oh my goodness, dude! Irving is giving the sauce on the side. He's saying wrong chat. You go, but interesting to think about other lines people could have taken. Maybe there was a fail Thanos that could have been played, and then the EXs can't be taken because this is like we're talking about. Irving probably talking about the The Odin just blowing out the game against poor Tyler. All right. This tiebreaker should be up. It is RVA TB2. What happened? Oh, that's table 2. Where's my tiebreaker? Where's my tiebreaker?
No, maybe these guys don't want to break the tie. Oh no, they're in a room together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're in the voice chat. Oh man. All right. Well, this is our last round for tonight. It is going to be Mono Earth versus Water Lightning, but with a little personal flavor from Pat. So it'll be interesting to see this matchup. Then we've got Coffee and Bullshit is back this upcoming Sunday. Irving and I will be playing user-submitted decks once again. Please, if you are interested in having your deck played on Coffee and Bullshit, you just need to post it in the Coffee and Bullshit channel in the Returners Hideout Discord, and just give us a little 1-sentence or 2-sentence summary of the game plan or like what the deck is about, so we know what we're doing, and we will play those for you guys on Sunday. So it's a lot of fun. We try weird new deck ideas where we're like 99% sure the deck as we're playing it is not viable, but there might be something we find in there that inspires us to try to build another deck or build a different deck or do something new, try different cards. And sometimes it's just like a low stakes casual place to try cards for the first time. So before there were ever any games that I saw or any tournaments or anything for this set, I was not sure how I felt about Prish, but I was kind of interested in it. So like the very first game that we played on Coffee and Bullshit was me just being like, what would Prish look like in like a Mono Earth thing, where I just played a bunch of Prishes, and I loved it. You can watch that episode and find me just being like, I think I love this card. And then, you know, sure enough, it's now wormed its way into like Mono Earth and lists. Like, it's like, yeah, people find out these things are good by testing them, right? So like part of Coffee and Bullshit is us just testing shit out and seeing if we like it. So we may find something real. We may just pan through a bunch of bullshit. You never know. But go ahead and submit those lists, and we would be happy to share them and showcase them on Sunday. Then we've got only 2 more weeklies before we're ready for the tournament week, right? So it's like we've got the 6th and the 13th. That's it. So we have 2 more weeklies before the first Materia Cup. That's coming fast, man.
It's bold of you. You're going to host a weekly right before the tournament?
Why would I not?
Can't take a week off?
No, oh my god, what? Ew, take a week off.
You say it like it's unheard of.
It is here. We don't do that. We don't do that. The only ones I miss all year long are if I'm physically not at my computer because I am like traveling for the holiday and I am incapable of streaming. We don't miss. We don't.
He's dedicated to the craft, ladies and gentlemen.
We don't miss. I'm gonna have a weird deck. Let me find it. Yes, do it. Go ahead and throw it in the. Go ahead and throw it in the chat. Oh, if the deck is viable, the games end very fast. That is that's so true, Irving. When people send us decks that are just like too real, we're like, okay, well. I think I had him under a turn 2 Seymour in one of the games, and he was trying to like. He was trying to play like, I don't even remember, was it Final Fantasy X or something? We were playing some ridiculous. Oh, the Oops All Ject deck or whatever the fuck. I can't, dude. There's, you know.
Oh yeah, how many Ject casts did he get up to? Specials.
Irving, do you remember how many times you blocked me in that? It was a lot. It was like 9 Ject block. Yeah, it was a Ject block deck.
That was pretty fun to watch. He was
7.
just doing it just for fun.
Yeah. I think that his thing had instructions that told him like once he blocked me a certain number of times to call me a crybaby. All right, let's go ahead and get the. Oh my god, the Vanadil Cam. Okay, we can't have the Vanadil Cam go away, but the game is up, so let's get into the game. They're already cruising. Let's go ahead and get that up on the screen. That was me. Oh, that was your Ject deck. Hell yeah.
Looks like we're just establishing some good old backups.
Okay. I'll tell you what, both of these decks are happy to do that, although I think it is probably better for Mono Earth. So are you familiar with Who's the Beatdown? The whole like game theory concept.
Is that the one you mentioned a week or two ago? One person's the aggressor, one person's
Oh yeah, I mean,
kind of.
so I will say this right now for you and anybody listening at home. If that was like the first time you've heard me talk about it, or like if you haven't heard that before, go read the article called "Who's the Beatdown." It is a formative TCG knowledge article. Like, you will be better at every game of every TCG you play for the rest of your life if you go read this article, "Who's the Beatdown." I cannot recommend enough that you should not listen to me describe this article to you, but you should go read this article. There are many such articles, and I encourage people, if they think that kind of thing is interesting, like, there are concepts from other games that are universal in game theory that are not specific to something like Magic the Gathering, where even if you don't play Magic, I don't play Magic, I found immense value in some of these articles because they're just written by people who studied TCGs and game theory for years, right? So Who's the Beatdown describes the thought that in every situation, in every 1v1 TCG situation, somebody is playing to actively win, like somebody is aggressing and someone is on the defense, right? Who is attacking and who is defending can go back and forth, much like if you and I were dueling in real life. I'm swinging my sword at you, you block it, and it gives you a chance to come at me while I'm recovering from my attack, right? This is the nature of trading blows. So the article basically says, if you don't know which of those people you are, you cannot possibly be making the right decisions to like succeed. Because if you are playing to not, like, if you're playing to set up, but you're actually the guy who is the beatdown, all of the strength, like, your best chance of winning is by beating him down before the setup happens, right? And if the other way around, if you are not the person who's able to end the game before the setup happens, you want to try and set up and get to like to the late game as fast as possible, right? To start taking advantage of building all your stuff up. So here, Mono Earth, unless there are situations where it changes, right? But for the most part, Mono Earth is not equipped to be the beatdown. What do I mean by this? Like, this Prish is not aggressive and does not. This is removal, right? It doesn't come at you fast. There's no haste cards in this besides the Warrior of Light, who requires an immense amount of setup, right? Meanwhile, on the other side of the table, we could have played. Now he doesn't have the Dark Odin in here anymore. He used to in this list, but like, you can play like Lightning early and just start turning her sideways, and then she gets removed, and guess what? She comes back from the discard pile and keeps turning sideways. Like Lightning can put in early damage and then close that out later. So Lightning is way happier, and when I say Lightning, I do mean literally the character, the Water Lightning. She is way happier for you to be the aggressor and be putting that damage on the opponent, because it's easy for you to finish the job later, right? But Earth is not going to be turning their dude sideways. They're trying to stabilize, lock the entire board down. And how many times have we seen him have a wide board and he's only dealt like 2 or 3 damage to his opponent? He's waiting, right?
Every time.
And then he converts it all into like a winning turn, right? He doesn't give them the chance to get advantage from EXs. He is building this insurmountable like advantage, and then he is taking over the game with that. And what that means is, if you, as the beatdown person, if you don't beat him by the time he locks in, it's going to be very hard to beat him, right? Like, but until he gets to that spot, he's not at full strength. So like, you can take advantage of your haste guy. Like, the fact that this deck has Zoraljaw can haste, Hooded Man can haste, Lightning can haste. You can actually decide, hey, building to 5 backups is maybe not as important as me just like slamming some of these hasters down early and turning them sideways into Mono Earth. Because what's Mono Earth going to even EX against you? They don't even have Tiro anymore, so they're going to hit Kusith and Ingus. That's it, right? Literally the entire element combo, that's it. So they're going to maybe search their deck for some guys, but even those, Kusith only gets dudes back in the discard pile, and Ingus only searches forwards. He can't help them set up faster, right? So by turning sideways, this deck doesn't even really have too many EXs that will punish you. Now, he might have some EXs that are going to help him get to that end game where he stabilizes faster, because of course he does. The way that he wins is by getting to that end game and stabilizing there, right? But if you can push him in a situation where he doesn't ever get to that end game, he'll never stabilize, and then he draws cards that are just not good. Like, if you don't get backup set up and you start top decking Warrior of Light and Leo, like, these are like dead cards, right? You have to use them to pay for other things that are going to actually do something. But because he got set up, oh my god, now we've got Prish, Warrior of Light, Leo down, and 5 backups. Like, he's chilling. He's pretty much all set up. Everything that he does for the rest of the game is going to be a huge value swing, right? I mean, he's even going to Genova right now just for fun on Hooded Man, because he just had 5 CP floating. And what's Water Lightning going to do about a 4-wide board, right? It's got to remove them one by one. Now, he does have Vegnagun, which is his little secret. I don't know how much DJ knows or has been watching Pat's other games, but the reason that Pat does play Vegnagun in this deck is because it's covering for that weakness of Water Lightning, right? It's the same reason that we would play Shinryu in a lot of decks previously. Is this deck, he knows that he does not have a board-wide wipe. If things get out of hand, he needed a way to kind of soft promise that for himself, and Vegnagun, I think, is a good way to do that. It's an interesting way to do that at the very least. So, yeah, sorry, I'm just catching up with chat. Yeah, Who's the Beatdown boils down to knowing who has the inevitability. Sure. You should still read it. I mean, understanding the concept of it and reading, like, the concept, the way that it was formed, the way that we all have learned to talk about it. Like, there's a reason it's such a popular article. I would highly recommend people read it. But yeah, effectively, at any given moment, somebody, if the game continues exactly as it is right now, somebody has the inevitability and they will win. So the only way that you stop that person from winning is taking the inevitability away from them, and you get your own, right? And it's like, okay, well, there's a million different ways we could discuss how that happens. This is where we get into tempo and tempo swings and turning the corner and all those fun things to talk about. Knowing when it is or isn't right to change roles is huge. Like, knowing when to switch from the guy who's playing not to lose to the guy who's playing to win is big. So, Brett, think about that turn we saw with Mono Earth earlier when we said, like, if he turns another guy sideways, he has to try to win this turn, right? Remember that from, like, the second round or something? That is that moment right there, if we could put that in a bottle, like, the article is about being able to be in that moment and not be like, oh, should I attack? You should be in that moment. You should be like, if I don't attack, the percentage chance of me, like, attacking for lethal only goes down from this turn, right? So, like, if this is my best chance to win, I should take it now. Or understanding that, like, oh, I can still get more of, like, an insurmountable advantage by continuing to wait to try to transition into beatdown. Because let me tell you, if you get it, if you assign yourself the wrong role, you lose. That's just how it goes. Like, if you guess wrong, if you think you're the guy who's playing not to lose, except you're getting, you know, your opponent's like, or if you think you're the aggro guy, but you're getting out aggroed, like, you know, playing more dudes and turning them sideways isn't actually gonna help you win a game, right? Like, if they're turning their guy sideways first, and I put down my own haste guy and turn them sideways, like, I'll just lose, right? So it's like, you can't both be the attacker. It doesn't work that way. That's not the nature of, like, a game that doesn't take simultaneous turns. So, it's very interesting, and it, if you, dear viewer at home, have never read the article, I think you'll find it extremely interesting.
I'm gonna have to read it. I pulled it up.
Yeah, it's really good. It's not even a long read. Yeah.
No, it's definitely manageable read here. I didn't realize how old it is. I mean,
how crazy is that?
1999.
Yes, and let me tell you, that post from 1999, that could be the textbook. Like, first of all, there is a textbook on being good at TCGs. It's called Next Level Magic, and I also recommend everybody read that. But yeah, that article and some of those articles from that website from that era are like, these people are the industry professionals at competing at TCGs from, like, the heyday. Like, you should, like, the fact that we have articles from these people, and if you are at all interested in being good at TCGs, like improving a competitive trading card game play, we have a real shoulders of giants situation. Like, there are resources for you to literally study and to get better. Just like anything in school. Like, you want to be good at math, there's books to go read to be good at math. You want to be good at the TCG, like, yeah, you can practice and you can play games and stuff like that, but if you're not doing deliberate practice, and if you don't know what that means, there's more stuff for you to go read up on, right? If you're not doing deliberate practice, if you're not tracking stuff, if you're not doing a meaningful, purposeful practice, sometimes it's not even helping you to play those extra games. If you're, you can spend time reading an article that gives you more insight and information into how to improve your next 10 games than playing 20 games could. So diversifying how you learn about the game and where you get some information from is also just a really good way to get better. So, said all that to say, go read stuff about card games, man. Go nerd out. There's a lot of cool stuff out there to read. So, Pat is running into a problem with his
yeah, some crazy stuff happened while you were talking.
Well, so you say crazy stuff happened, but really, it hasn't. We're in the same position, right? This is just what the same position looks like 2 turns later. Because, right, this is that same who's the beatdown thing. Earth is still doing the same thing it's been doing, just going wider.
We tried to run a special,
right,
and then we got Mist Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, because the Earth guy's already in control now. You see what we're saying, right? He's already there. Like, if you wanted to do something, like, from your break zone, you couldn't give him all this time to hold the Mist Dragon. Because he's now 20... He's gone through 20 cards of his 50-card deck. He plays 3 Mist Dragons. Do you think this man's not just going to hold one in his hand waiting for you to do the lightning thing the entire time? Like, of course he is, right? So the only way that you're going to not get your lightning blown out by Mist Dragon is if you do it either when he can't possibly pay for it, like right now he can't pay for it, or if you do it before he can afford to do it, right? Which is, again, being that aggressive player. So, because what's happened here is Pat actually has the more aggressive deck, decided to not play the aggressive line, and now, like, DJ just set up before him, and now DJ's aggressing him. Like, DJ already set up before him, and now he turned the corner. So Pat assigned his role wrong early, and he needs some really big thing to happen in order to flip the game back in his tempo. Now, here's the problem. His really big board wipe thing that he has, do you notice the problem with his Vegnagun board wipe, Brett?
Yeah, his Vegnagun's in the damage zone.
Yeah, there's one of them in the damage zone. Now, the problem is one of them in the damage zone is enough to turn off the entire combo. Right? He can no longer remove 2 card name Vegnaguns in the break zone to break all the forwards the opponent controls. It is now a game of trading blows back and forth, right? Now Pat has things like the Zoral Jaw is really good. He can Zoral Jaw and he can break 2 forwards with haste, and it's gonna cost him a lot to do it, and yeah, literally he's like, it looks like they said GG, so maybe they're just maybe like a scoop happened in chat or something, because now they're just showing each other cards. He's like, yeah, I've got these Vegnaguns. He's got 2 Vegnaguns, but not the third. He pulled it out of damage even to show, like, because he probably just says to him, like, yeah, I don't really have, I can't really stop this, and this game's over. So it's crazy, right? Because you look at this earlier in the game, and you see the both of these players getting their 5 backup setup, right? And you think to yourself, oh, this is good for both of them. Like, both of these guys enjoy having backup setup. In a vacuum, yes, this is true. Against each other, as soon as the Earth guy gets the 5 backups and plays his first, like, Leo, Warrior of Light, it's gonna be really fucking hard for you to start putting pressure on him, right? At that point, you basically need to already be in a spot where you just need to sneak through another damage or 2. Because let's say, even if right now at 5 damage and 0 damage, Pat completely wipes DJ's board. DJ's next turn is literally like, he plays like Noctis by pitching 3 cards from hand, or he already has like a Leo or a Warrior Light, right? It's like, tap 1 Leo, tap 4 Warrior Light on top of my backups. Play Emmett Sub, go get 1 CP Ingus. Play Ingus, kill that guy. Go get another guy. Play Montleonis, bring back whatever, Genova Synthesis. And all of a sudden, dude, you just wiped his board last turn. He's got 7 guys again, and he killed your dudes. It's like, well, that's what that deck does when it gets set up, right? So
yeah, sure.
It's really interesting to look at. I think
I think
I didn't mean for this to be such a perfect example of who's the beatdown in but that's again one of the reasons that the article is so good, and I really I saw somebody say they posted it in general in the Discord. Thank you. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's just true, right? Like the reason that this article is so good, and the reason that it's something I'm recommending you to read, and the reason, like you said, this article is almost 30 years old and we're still reading it, is because it's still relevant. Like it's about the psychological nature of like a 1v1 in a game with hidden information, right? Or even, I guess, even in a game without hidden information. I'm sure it can apply to chess and stuff as well, but I don't know nearly enough about chess to be able to say that. Oh yeah, these guys are just going through some motions here. So that's it for us this week. This goes to DJ playing Mono Earth. I think Mono Earth with the really Prish is the only new piece, but she's a really, really cool piece. I mean, we already all knew how efficient like Emmett into Ingus was to search for the next thing, but now there's another forward that you can play for 1 CP as a follow-up off of Emmett, which is huge because Emmett taps 4 backups, so you always have 1 floating. That's why Ingus was so good with him. Prish, you can just pay for the 1 as well, but she actually kills something of her own when she comes in, so now you're getting a 2-for-1 instead of just, or well, you're getting a 3-for-1. You're developing the body and you're killing 2 guys, right? For 1 CP. And a 3-for-1 for 1 CP is fucking, that's a good rate. I'll take that. So I think if you are a player getting ready for a Materia Cup in 2 weeks and change, Mono Earth with Prish in it is absolutely going to be in the room, and is something you should have on your radar. Same thing for Water Lightning variants, honestly. But that's about it for us this week, Brett. Thank you so much for tuning in and well, for hanging out. You always tune in. This time you hung out with us and did
that's right.
Commentary and everything. I always appreciate it. It makes my life easy to have somebody in here with me, and I can take a big bite of my sandwich and you can talk. So thanks for stopping by.
Glad to be here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And folks at home, like, please be inspired by Brett's bravery. If you want to try, doing some commentary and you've not done it and you want to join in the booth sometime, go ahead, reach out, send me a message. We'll get you set up. We'll get you in here. It's easy, I promise. I don't ask much of you at all. And we'd be happy to have you. Otherwise, folks, we'll be back on Sunday with Coffee and Bullshit. Please remember to drop deck lists in the Coffee and Bullshit section if you're interested in having me or Irving play it this upcoming Sunday. We will be back next Wednesday with another one of these, and then we've only got one more. So next week's stream, and then one more weekly before the Raleigh Materia Cup. So it's getting real, guys. Even if these people aren't playing decks that they are actually going to be playing at that tournament, they are playing decks that they are considering bringing to the tournament. That means they are decks that you might see someone else playing. You might see them in the room. I think almost anything that we saw tonight, especially as you get closer to the top tables, the Water Lightning variants, the Scions variant, the Mono Earth, you're going to see these decks and more. Pay attention to the weekly. It's the best info you're going to get for local news until we have the event itself. So until then, that's it for us. Signing off, Brett. Thanks again for joining us. Anything you want to say to people before we go?
Can I do the bye-bye?
Yeah,
bye-bye?
do it. Yeah.